Good evening, Wastelanders, and welcome to Fallout Coldfront, a Fallout 2D20 campaign about a group of travelers of varying backgrounds trying their best to save the post-apocalyptic American Midwest. Or doom it. That's up for debate. Thank you for joining
the
us.
The latter interpretation, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do, because that's how perspectives work. Generally speaking, people think that their way is right.
I don't know which farmer or ladder means. No, ladder is an up and down thing.
Very risky up and down
I didn't bring
thing.
no ladder with me.
Can we run Doom?
What?
Can we run Doom?
Like the video game?
Dune?
Doom.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dude.
What does that have to do with a ladder?
Nothing with the ladder.
Oh.
It's like, or Doom it, and then...
Oh, right.
Is
Can
this
we
turning
run
into a
Doom?
Doom RPG?
That would
Nope.
not be very fun.
I don't know anything about
Where did we
Doom.
leave off
There's
last
no-
time? It's
Yes.
been a while.
What happened last episode?
Oh, I forgot that's my job.
Yep.
So
Nothing like
Boy,
improv.
I got
forgive me if I cover this a little bit from 2 episodes ago, but
Won't be any forgiveness.
we got to the base and fought some guys, and Wold showed up, and a lot of the last session was dealing with Wold, and what do we do with this guy who is refusing to leave on our super secret mission? And basically, the rest of the Enclave came, and Nick Ortega was like, that guy! And Wold was like, that guy! And it turns out they're old buddies from a mission that Nick went on one time that Wold helped with. And so he talked a very reluctant Elaine and Julian into letting Wold come along.
Some strings
But-
attached.
Well, a bomb collar attached,
Mm-hmm.
which I think Julian holds the
Yep.
Yeah.
doom. Boop.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta-
kill your character.
you got to deal with the guilt of that. You're
Oh,
going-
no guilt.
You got to deal with the fact that
Denial is one way to deal with it.
No guilt.
Wold standing
Nothing's
over your
wrong.
bed. Guilt.
If I remember, did Jules find some missiles?
Yes, Jules found some nukes in the, or at least some.
Nuke singular. There's one
A
genie
nuke?
left.
Did you also find some missile launcher missiles?
Maybe.
You did.
So.
Did you write it down on your character sheet? Because if you did not, you don't got it.
Well, I did not take the missiles, even if I found them,
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't use missiles.
Oh, okay.
But if Jerry wants them, he would be welcome to them.
You did seal the armory, though.
For now.
She sealed it in a manner that
Oh,
she could
right, can
reopen
access it,
that no
that's
one else
right.
can.
Yeah.
But at any rate, yeah, Jane was like, hey, that nuke that's probably under the base, you should put on the helicopter, which is coincidental because Frankie's brother also sent a nuke to go on the helicopter, and I found it.
It's a hand
So Frankie's kind of in hot water right now. Jane is kind of in hot water right now.
For once, Jerry is not really in hot water.
Jerry's kind of
Jerry's
Jay
kinda
chilling.
The entire enclave's in a little bit of hot water because we also found out that the Brotherhood has 2 airships that are converging on the base's location.
Thank you. I shouldn't have forgotten about that.
I will say,
That's a relevant part.
you don't know if that's the case for the one that just entered Illinois. It could be
don't.
going to Ohio. It could be going to Minnesota. It is just entering the southwestern border of Illinois.
Oh,
so
okay.
Right.
if it continues its path, it could be flying towards you guys. It's
'Cause-
just hard to figure out right now.
Then we called up and were like, hey, want to move up the timetable? And they were like, sure, we want to meet you too. And so now we are going up there, but I think we had a couple retcons.
Yes. So mainly because I believe we went straight from the nuke thing into the radio conversation. There are probably things going on during that. So this is your last chance on the ground. What are you all up to? Those
Right.
of you that are not arguing about nuclear armaments.
Got to do more of that, but we'll come back to that.
I'm trying to remember the nickname I gave you.
Trouble?
Do we want to try
Reasonable
and,
outfit.
Something about the mask.
do we want to try and partially
Mass
disarm
loving
it?
it.
Master loving it. Master loving it. I could use your help with helping with my suit since you are good at magic-y death stuff.
Oh.
The
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Cool. Where should we go?
Probably where you guys built the first reactor. Probably has some parts lying around and lots of tools.
shave a little
I got the good feeling we should head to.
I can make a mini reactor.
While they're doing that, Jerry's just gonna kind of stay close and keep an eye on Margie.
Okay. Sounds good.
Makes the ghouls procreate.
I don't remember where I was.
Here.
Where's here?
You're with me. I
You're
guess.
at Sawyer Air Force
Sure.
Base.
You can be with us.
I'm just floating in the void.
Everyone can come.
We're all like, we got everyone, and Tabs is like floating.
Off to the void and a completely black screen, and then there's just tabs.
And then, like,
It's like the
sitting
DVD.
is
It's like the
the
DVD
one
screensaver
guy.
that just bounces
Cortland?
around and changes color.
Alon is just behind whoever is looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Cornwall? Every scene, he's there. I don't know. He's there too.
No, he'd be on his own right now.
Wow.
So we
He
think.
needs alone time?
Okay.
Hey, we all need alone time.
So Jerry's gonna follow Margie around from a distance.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
like
good.
a creep.
Like a little creep.
Margie, Wold, and I guess technically Jerry.
And anyone else
Good
who
song.
wants to.
Yeah. So essentially, what Wold is asking you to do is to turn his power frame, which it seems like he's expertly crafted it. It looks very similar to the power frames of every other suit of power armor, but definitely homemade. Still, it has pretty much. It's like he's got the skeleton and the muscles of the suit of power armor. You just need the internal organs, namely a power source. Needs an engine. So, building a microfusion reactor, or at least the power source that takes the fusion cores that are doing microfusion,
Easy mode.
is in fact incredibly difficult.
Not for
This
me. I
is
have
some of the
hubris.
most advanced technology from before the war. So here's how it's going to be.
My life.
To build this, I'm going to go ahead and skip the parts check because you technically already have that. I'm also going to skip the schematics portion because you've seen these before. This is building something you've seen. I'm going to say assembly, though, is going to be... You're going to make independent checks on this. 4 successful checks of difficulty 4. Science, repair, sorry, it's going to be intelligence, science, intelligence, repair. I think that's all I will allow for this test, is those 2. It is hard, but you're building this kind of from scratch. You're not salvaging existing power armor. You're just building this right here, right now. So,
Okay.
yeah. If you want, you can ask for help and maybe get it done in this period of time. You will only get one check each for this time period, just because you're a little limited on time.
In theory, could Jerry assist one of them?
You could do the check independently. That's how
Okay.
these kinds of things work. You can assist if you want to.
I'd rather assist.
Okay.
I don't think Jerry's good enough to do it by himself.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Doesn't he have a 10 in intelligence?
Yes, and he also has a 6 in science. Can we use science?
Sure
Yeah.
can.
Oh, then
And you're gonna be just
Technically,
fine.
you're better at this than I am.
Margie,
except for my nuclear
you
stuff.
have the nuclear physicist perk. I will actually allow you to re-roll 2d20 on this check for free because of your skill in that.
can I announce before we do this, I'm going to switch to my lab coat.
Yes, you can announce that. Thank you.
Jared enters, puts on his lab coat.
Yeah.
I hear science is being done.
Hey,
I'm a scientist.
Are you okay?
if you want,
Welcome.
there are quite a few NPCs that could also help on this check.
Yes.
Could possibly get it done before you go up to that great big station in the sky.
but
yeah.
not Cortland.
What?
He's alone.
You could ask him to.
I turn around. Is he there?
No, I told you he's getting alone time. He's taking a
Yeah.
walk around the base.
He must have turned when I turned.
Let's
like,
see. Oh, I could ask Nick, or I could ask Hair for Days.
Who?
Hair for Days. She's hair, a lot of hair.
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna do a quick look around to see if I can find anyone who looks.
Okay, right.
Who are you looking for?
I think Nick,
One with the pretty hair.
Nick, Julian, or like, do I know Nick's wife?
We don't want her.
She seems like she knows people, so if I
Would
see
she
her,
build
if I know
this
that
power
she's,
armor,
I
though?
don't remember if we've met or not.
Yeah, you saw her in the conversation, and I believe you may have witnessed his rather rash punching of Jerry because
Yeah.
of the whole dictator comment.
Really nice.
Rather foolhardy.
Honestly, that was a tame comment compared to some of the other stuff you said to her.
Yeah, he was just on edge. He's in his stuffy military uniform right
Okay.
now. He's just like,
So I'm looking for. I'm
Yeah,
looking for those
Elaine?
three to see if I see any of them.
yeah. You would see probably Nick. Elaine, if you would see her, looks extremely busy.
Okay, I'll go and talk to her.
I'll go talk
do
to
that later.
Cortland.
Nick, do you have a moment?
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
What can I do you for, Wold?
I'm trying to make my armor breathe and be alive, if you know what I mean. For it to activate.
Like an organic exoskeleton?
Yeah. No, not organic. Like, imagine as if I have conspiled the bones and the muscles. I now need the internal organs. Specifically the thing that goes vroom vroom and poisons people. It's like green.
I'm sorry, I'm a biochemist.
You
This is
know-
really giving me interesting ideas. Huh. Maybe like a
You misunderstood who I was talking about.
I'm so glad to
a
help.
commensal organism that someone lives within? Like a suit of power armor, but alive.
So Venom.
That sounds
So what?
Venom.
that sounds very questionable. You should have look into that. Do you know anyone who's good with metal things?
Metal?
Metal suits, power suits.
Oh, yes.
Power armor.
Yeah, you could probably ask, let's see, Agent Curlew. She
Curlew.
maintains the armory. She'd be pretty good with power armor.
Okay, I'll
you could
go-
also ask Rusty Atmer,
Rusty Atmer.
Director of Energy.
Okay.
Works with nuclear reactors all the time.
Okay.
Okay, Josh, you said you're talking to
Okay.
Cortland?
Hey, Cortland, how good are you at putting stuff together?
Well, I guess it depends on what kind of stuff. What are we talking here?
Well, we got schematics and we got the parts. We just need to put the basically an engine for a power suit together.
Power armor? For you?
No, for the woolly guy.
Guy.
You mean the Canadian we just met?
Yes.
Are you sure we can trust him in a suit of power armor?
He's Canadian.
I mean, I don't know. We're just trying to kill time.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Difficulty of 2. You can't use your formal clothes now, man. You're in your lab coat.
Yep, but he's still got his hat on.
Oh, that's
No.
true.
Tips his hat.
The suave scientist.
Gentilly.
lady.
I'm a man.
3 successes.
3
I'm a
successes.
Nick's like
Get 1 point of momentum.
Woo! That would be actually really helpful.
Yes, it will. All right. That sounds better than just sitting around here. Cortland acquired.
All right. Let's go acquire some other people.
Okay. I will probably. No, you can rope in as many people as you want on this. That's
Yeah.
kind of how.
I'm at least thinking like one for like when we make the checks, have like at least one person to help each time. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I'd probably suggest getting at least 4 if you wanted to get it done.
Okay, so
Quick.
we have Cortland.
Yep.
We got 2, and then he needs to find one more. So he's
Yeah.
he like pops
let's
back
see.
and says, "What's your name?"
Margie?
Margie.
1 minute. Sorry, you just assumed that you got the 2.
Oh,
Rusty
he hasn't.
and- and Curlew.
I'm saying before he goes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Margie, I'm looking. I have 2 leads on people. If you could find someone and get their help, that would be big appreciated. Obviously, this is all volunteer work, so thank you. I'm going to go try and find the Rusty Man and an agent.
Oh,
Bye.
okay.
Are you going? I mean, that's. We don't have to say goodbye. Bye. He leaves.
Okay. Where are you going next?
Rusty. He's gonna go try and find an armory. Usually, that's where like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of military types. He's gonna try and look for like a place that someone looks like they're
Yeah.
camping and stuff.
You'd see Alice would be overseeing essentially building a new armory right here. There are a ton of weapons, and there are a lot of Enclave personnel here, all looking pretty shiftily at you. This is the armory. As you walk in, you would probably be greeted
As he
by
comes
the
in
first-
on all fours, gets up, starts walking in normally.
Yep. You're walking in on all fours? They know you're a ghoul, man.
Hey, Rachel.
He goes back and forth.
Okay.
He comes up pretty fast. Like he's just getting there, and then he like gets up. And
Yeah, don't worry. This is they're not going to shoot you or anything like that. But kind of walking in like this, everyone is pretty skeptical of you. You would see a couple of them put like hands on their pistols. Or rifles.
Don't worry, I haven't turned. I can still talk.
Do you have a reason to be here? Says Alice.
Oh, hello. You're Alice. Good to meet you. You have the name tag. I'm assuming.
I mean, she's she has an ID badge. Oh wait, she has a military uniform on. It would say Curlew on it.
Carlu, we're going up to the base. I'm trying to get some. I'm working on some power armor. It's been a personal project, and I'm hoping to be able to use it in the mission.
I am not giving you power.
I mean, I don't need your power. I'm working. I have my own. It's a project. It's kind of. It's special to me. Anyway, I was wondering if I could get your help with the power core of it, the turning it on thing.
Persuasion check. Difficulty of 3. You are wearing a bomb collar.
Well, didn't you have that covered up?
Oh, the scarf.
yeah.
Yeah. She was present for the bomb collaring.
Okay.
You know.
She's going on this mission after
You know
all.
how sometimes you'll sit on your keys and the car alarm will start?
Yeah.
No.
Julian
I
sits
really
down.
hope Julian
Oh,
didn't put,
what was that?
Okay.
put
What's
the
this
trigger
in
her
my
back
pocket? It's some kind of. Oh.
Oh no.
Well, that's not that
Dad!
Can you put it back? Can you put it back?
Oh,
No.
I will say difficulty. I'll keep it with 2.
Challenge. But no.
And he's wearing a mask.
Love Nick.
Yep. So increases the difficulty by 1.
So it'd be 3. Yeah, I don't think he can do anything. So that's just 1 success.
Fortunately, I have to prioritize my team's equipment first.
That makes sense. Well, I wish I'd been able to go 100% up top, but okay. Good luck. Let me know if you
Makes
have.
one of us.
You don't want to go 100%?
No, I don't want you to go 100%. But orders are orders.
All right.
Are you trying to
Have
do
a good
check?
day.
Okay.
Leaves.
All right. Rusty.
Rusty goes up.
You probably find Rusty actually back at the reactor. Huh.
Hello. Did we do a good job? Did we do an okay job? Is it leaking? Rusty.
He checks
Is
his
it
reactor
leaking?
counter.
Wait, I'm not healing. Oh, I think
It's not leaking. Yeah.
we're good.
Huh. Well, not seeing any problems right here.
That's good.
Might be some problems in 5 years, but that's a 5 years from now problem. Well done.
We could plan around 5 years. Oh,
We won't be here in 5 years.
Yes.
That's someone else's problem.
oh. Well, I'm sure 5 years. It'll be fine. It'll be
We'll
fine.
glass it.
Okay. Rusty, I need your help with something.
What can I do you for?
I'm trying to get my suit as.
He looks it up and down. Is that power armor? You
Yeah.
build it yourself?
Yes.
No one's done that in like 200 years. as far as I know.
Yeah, apparently. I'm trying to figure out how to do the powering of it. Do you think you could lend my assistance?
I
If
can
you
make
need
sure
any
things
help
don't
with
explode.
like things like this, I would be, you know, I work in a barter society, so I don't know if you need anything, but I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, sure. Someone's got to make sure you don't explode.
Agree.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone try to build power armor frame completely on themselves.
I
I'd
don't
be
think
happy
I've
to
ever
try.
seen it either.
And you guys already took care of the reactor, so I don't really need it for anything right now.
That's good. Do you know of any colleagues? I'm trying to get this off the ground by the time we get off the ground, because I feel like we're probably not going to have a lot of chances, and it might kind of ruin our work. Do you know any colleagues that I could maybe talk to, or maybe you could talk to about getting help? I talked with Alice. I think she's a little. I think she thinks I'm maybe really untrustworthy, even with precautions that's been taken. I don't know if you have a working relationship with her or anything.
Okay.
Do you think you could talk to her for me, or if there's someone else that you could maybe ask for help from?
Don't think so. Probably not right now. I could. I don't think she'll get on your boat.
I have a boat.
Yeah, a metaphorical one.
Ah, okay. Not the vertical. Do you know where Jules is? She seems good with electronics. We're
Am I
meeting.
Julian's keeper?
Victronics?
I don't think so.
No.
Just if you had seen her.
I think I saw her over by the command tent.
I better go over there. There will be a girl masked up, and she will be working on. This.
Margie.
Yeah.
You're in the reactor room, aren't you?
Yeah, she's over there.
No, it's a tiny room.
She's over there. Points and touches Margie's mask. Over there.
It's over there. There's also the Silver Fox Man is
She's
there,
over
and
there.
also some other people.
Silver
Back at her.
Fox man.
He's older. He has
Nick?
a dog. No, Nick's not that old.
No, he's fine. He's not old. I'm a spry fox too. No, I'm not.
How old?
Neither is he.
How old is Rusty?
Rusty is probably in his late 60s.
Nick can't be that much younger than that. I mean, Jules is 34, 35.
Yeah.
And
That's this joke is. Yeah, he's kind of getting up there too.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for Jules. He's gonna go look.
You're gonna. Oh, okay. I heard live with Jules. I'm like,
Jules is like, excuse me, who's we?
She's like, that's an uphill battle.
all right.
I did not
Yeah.
say we could live together.
Yep, you find Jules.
I just.
At the moment, I think she would be yelling at someone or another about 2 nuclear bombs that have been threatened to be smuggled onto this airship.
Who are you? Who?
Mom, Elaine and Frankie and Jules
Real quick,
were in
could
the
you
middle of a
Also
conversation.
check the camera. I think I nudged it just to
Oh,
make sure
yeah.
it's all good.
We had been talking about Frankie's bomb.
Has got it going on.
Frankie's bomb has got it going on. It's got a
With
timer
Jules'
that's
mom.
going down.
It was also
Frankie's got it going on with Jules' mom?
Things that have it going on.
Okay.
Jules, I'm gonna be a stepdad.
So, I'm not forgetting you. We're probably going to resolve this bomb conversation first,
Probably
but
good.
then we'll go back to the armor thing, just because it sounds like it's happening
That
right
sounds
now.
like I would need her.
So we lose the momentum.
What's that?
So do we lose the momentum?
Oh. Could they have worked on it? while I was
You know what?
running around?
No, this is kind of one scene. Talking to people and recruiting them is kind of one scene. Repairing the reactor will be another one, which means yes, you would lose it. Sorry. Unless dig it back out. They can use it for this bomb conversation. Any one of them. So keep that in mind. But it will be lost at the end of their
Probably
talking
use it.
about the bomb.
Even just to get more, hopefully.
Yeah. Yes.
Frankie, you're the bomb.
So, how did you
Oh,
want this
the
conversation to begin?
So we had already talked about it a little bit, I believe. Or, no, wait, you said... You
We had
mentioned the
talked
whole
about
thing
it a little
the-
bit. I think we just hadn't decided on what we were going to do with it.
I don't remember you mentioning anything to Elaine either.
So
We had
maybe we
not
just...
yet.
Okay. Not to add to the impending Brotherhood threat, but seems like the mob doesn't really want us, doesn't really want us to be so free either.
The mob just wants control over the situation, at least the way Barnes explained it. He trusts me enough, which means he trusts us enough. He just wants to make sure there's a backup plan.
What Frankie is not saying is that his
wait,
brother...
we're
Oh, are you here
We're
right now?
talking to
Sorry,
Elaine?
I thought this was
Wait a minute.
Yes.
deciding to talk to
Oh.
Elaine.
I was
What?
imagining
Hold on.
this as a continuation of the same conversation we had just
Are you
had
fine with
about
that,
the
Elaine?
Yeah, no,
Would
that's
Frankie
fine.
Would be fine
Yeah,
with
that's
that?
fine.
Okay.
You okay?
I just
Had a heart
didn't. That
attack.
talking to Elaine is a lot different than talking to Jules. We're good though.
The read between the lines on what Frankie just said is that his brother has given a bomb to him.
I am holding the case.
She would gesture at the case.
There's a mini nuke in there.
There's a mini nuke in here that is armed to 2 remotes. I have one. Barnes has the other. He gave it as a parting gift in case things went south upstairs, but I don't trust him having a remote, but I figured it would be at least useful to keep.
Oh, I'd say it's very useful to keep.
Do you know of anyone who could... Well, we could try, but if we have to disarm the whole thing, all the remotes, that's
Why
fine.
would we
but
disarm it? I'm always down for more ammunition.
Well,
We don't want Barnes to have the ability to just push a button and light it off, though.
All right.
That's the concern.
if we want more armament, now's probably the time to mention we've got another one of those down in the basement.
You've got another mini nuke.
Jane told me about it. Said she thought there'd be something in the bunker over there.
It's not a mini nuke.
No?
It's a full.
It's a
nuke.
missile.
It's a nuke.
It's a big
No mini.
That one's
Tactical nuke. Or
little
tactical
bigger.
nuclear warhead.
a little
Yeah.
bigger than what Frankie's got in the case there.
Jane told you about a nuclear missile.
I think what's going on might be weighing on her. She suggested we bring it up in the plane.
As what?
Insurance?
So the same thing that the mob intended. Did she say what kind it was?
I wouldn't know what kind it is. I would
Yeah,
spout
yeah.
it off.
Yep. Could be useful on the ground.
Rather use it against the Brotherhood than against Station.
Right. I would prefer it if we had any other vertebrate available to arm it as it was intended, an air-to-air missile. We need to disarm the mini nuke. We can't trust anyone else with this insurance policy. Disarm meaning remove any sort of remote detonator on it. We don't have any explosive experts in the Enclave anymore. Hence why most of our armory has gone from explosives to lasers. I know a little bit, but
Got a friend who would know more, but I don't think she's in the area.
mm-hmm. Is there anyone on your team that you would trust for this?
Different question.
The doctor's done a little with explosives from what I've seen. He might know more than the two of us do.
If we were diffusing C4, I would be okay with maybe a little. Frankly, if it was smaller than that, if it was a hand grenade, I'd be okay with a little.
We could ask him. We could ask him what he thinks. I haven't seen the full extent of what he can do with all that.
Okay. Well, unless you have someone that you trust, I'd say an 80% with. Then we just need to leave this here. Frankly,
We
we
could put
still
it in
have
the
a fat
bunker.
man left. Let's just launch the cursed thing.
We could switch it, put the mini nuke in the bunker, take the,
Genie? Yep.
what?
The genie?
Take the genie up and arm it for the Brotherhood.
All right. I think that works for me. Who has the detonator for the genie?
No one yet, right?
Right.
None of us do. Alice and I poked our heads down there to see what all was in there, but
Good. Make sure no one gets it. It should not be able to be detonated remotely.
I heightened some of the security around the bunker anyways.
Good.
I don't think anyone's going to be getting in unless I want them to.
Perfect. Well, make sure that there's no way for someone to detonate the genie remotely, but instead that it has to be used in its intended purpose. Launched and detonated, like a missile.
I'll take a look before we set off.
Good. To be perfectly honest, I think if there is a Brothership airship coming here, which may not have happened yet. She might not know about that.
No, we told her.
No,
about
we told
that.
everyone.
Right. I thinking chronologically, I think this is like a mild retcon because the whole thing of that radio conversation is, all right, we're going up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just because it was, a little urgent. But that being said, she knows the Brotherhood, and the Brotherhood does field airships. So she could say, if there is any air fleet or anything like that, that could be a very powerful weapon. Not exactly the most ethical one.
So
Well.
maybe we use it to prevent conflict. Maybe we show them our hand and get them to back off.
Well, I am... Truth be told, I'm not as concerned for the ethics. I'm just worried, pun not intended, that with a weapon like this, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. If the Brotherhood has any nuclear weapons, they might see that as permission to use their own.
So,
All
yeah.
intelligence I've seen indicates that they don't have anything, other than mini nukes, of course.
But right now, with all of our people here, I think we need to be cautious. I'm sure I'm
Agreed.
preaching to the choir.
Wholeheartedly agreed. All right, so...
Talk
you'll-
with Jane if you get the chance. And be kind.
She's just distressed that she's not going on this mission personally. She'll be doing a huge part, and frankly, it's a miracle that this even worked out.
They might help if you tell her that.
I will. I will say that fear of missing out is a big step to preparing a nuclear missile, but I think I understand where she comes from. I'll talk to her.
Good. I think it'll be more coming from you.
Thank you for telling me, Julian.
I'll go take a look at the bomb before we set off.
Good. Handle the mini nuke. Load the genie onto the vertibird.
All right.
Load it onto its external hardpoints. It will be visible to Excelsior staff. But if they see us landing on board with a visible nuclear weapon that they'll see from probably quite a long ways away, they'll know we don't intend to use it on them.
And we can explain that.
We can. The Brotherhood is a very real threat. It would take quite a bit of hardwiring to get it to detonate without launching. Frame it as a defensive weapon, and perhaps a little bit of a power play. We're going to show them that we're not to be trifled with, but also people who they can trust.
All right.
I'll
That
go
all
tell
sounds good.
Martin about it. I'll go tell the president about it.
Must be a little bit hard to say still, huh?
I thought I'd be able to handle it, given that I've been used to calling friends and distant relatives president, but I guess this one's slightly closer. I'm just glad it's not Jane. I don't know if I could have handled that.
Despite the mini nuke or the genie, she'd be a good president.
She wanted to run, actually.
Well, maybe she and Martin can keep it in the family.
Ah, yes, an American monarchy. Maybe one day.
Frank, you can have the case.
Well, are we taking it to the bunker or are we
Yes.
going? Okay. I can
You-
take it there with you.
Sure.
All right. So they're probably going to handle the power armor check and then the bomb check. Actually, this is about when Wold would kind of show up. Sorry, there's kind of two tasks that you guys have right now.
Hello. I'm looking. Hello. I'm looking for. Sorry, Jacob's a little tired.
That's okay.
Hello. I'm looking for some help with getting my suit working. If I'm going to
Your
be
suit?
my power suit working. If I'm going to be a minion with a bomb collar, I better be a good one.
I would check with Margie. We're kind of in the middle of something right now.
I'm working on that. I'm hoping to get it off ground before we leave for Excelsior. So if you could come when
There-
you're done.
I've got other very important things to do before Excelsior, not to be rude.
That's kind of rude.
2 nuclear bombs.
I'm saying afterwards if you have time.
Holding a nuke in my arms. I have.
You do
Other
understand
business.
the Brotherhood is coming after us now. We're moving up the timetable.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good to get a power suit working.
I'm not sure we're going to have time.
Just do your thing and then come to me if you have any time.
Don't hold the vertibird up.
I'm not going to. No, quit. Pitch push. Let's go.
Okay, wheels up in 30.
No.
Or whenever it'll be.
Yeah, 30 minutes sounds about right. Time to see if you can build power armor in 30 minutes.
I can.
So, you have Courtlant, you have Rusty. Nick? Is Nick helping?
No.
If he would wanted to, I don't know if I.
I thought he was kind of like, I do
He sounded like he
chemical,
was doing that.
or I do organic chemistry.
He did say that, but he also, well, since he did not ask him, we'll go ahead and roll with the people that we have.
I would like to ask him though, because I am running like we have 2 people to help, but it'd be nice if we had someone else.
Okay, yeah,
Who's running
sure,
around?
he would
Nick,
say yes.
do you think
Yep.
you could help? Cool. Okay.
All right, so we have
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Who wants to? You guys have control of the NPCs. Who do you want to assist, and who do you want to lead? For the do each of you want to lead a check, or do one of you
I'll
want to
lead a
assist?
check.
I feel like I
Intelligence science or
Since-
intelligence repair?
Since I can re-roll one, why don't I start with assistance from somebody
Yeah.
so that we have the best chance at scoring some momentum,
Yep.
and
That's
then
fair.
everyone else can use
I think that
one.
makes sense.
It's a good idea.
Who's
All right.
Maybe Rusty if we're whoever has like the highest kind of
Rusty would probably be good to
repairs.
do his own check.
Oh,
We have
good
to do
point.
4.
Good point. Yeah.
So we probably should have Courtlant
Okay.
or Nick, who probably aren't as good at this, do their own assist
Okay.
for someone. So like one of them can assist Jerry, just so that we can hopefully get like 5 or 6
You may
successes.
only lead or assist once, though. So you assisting Margie would be your one thing you're doing.
No, Jerry's
So Jerry's
gonna run his own
Jerry can
check.
lead.
Oh, okay.
Jerry
Yeah.
will go with one. Margie, you're going to do one. Rusty, you'll do one. Because I'll see if I can finish it up. Let's see. So then we have Courtland. I think you should help Jerry. Nick, we'll see what happens. But we might put you with
Yeah.
Margie right now. Let's do Jerry.
All right.
Okay.
Jerry and Courtlant.
Jerry, you go for it. Just do all you can do.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Success from Courtlant.
Only 3 from Jerry.
That's still
That cuts
That's
it.
the
The
check.
difficulty is 4.
It cuts it, but we don't have any momentum left over.
That's right.
Good stuff.
1 success. Next up, Margie, right?
Margie, really quick. Top table. I have a 6 in repair. 8 in intelligence. So that'd be 6.
Forget it.
Or yeah,
It's a damage die.
that'd be 14. What do you have? Just whoever's better, I think, should go.
My total would be
I
13.
I think you
and
should
I
go
can
because
lead.
you can roll the 2 though.
Yeah.
So you do that. Nick, I say you go help Margie.
If anyone has daring nature, now would be the time to use it.
I have
What does that mean?
I have some luck points.
If you
so that-
buy an action point by giving the GM an action point, you can reroll one.
Well, I don't have that.
I don't have that either.
I don't have a very daring nature.
You could just buy action points.
Rusty's
Yeah.
target number is 15, and he may reroll 1d20 on this check. No, wait, he has nuclear physicist. He may reroll 2d20.
Well,
all right,
that's
I
think we should
why
go
they
Rusty
said they
goes-
wanted him to have his own.
Rusty goes. Should he go by himself or should Nick help him?
It depends on how much you want to gain. How much you think that the momentum will help.
I
Sounds
feel like I feel
sounds
like
like
it
Nick
can,
helping you might make the most sense.
Yeah.
True.
Since they both have
Yeah,
nuclear physicists.
yeah let's go.
So
with
we're
that.
gonna re-roll.
Yeah, let's go with that. It would be pretty equivalent.
So
All right.
leave Rusty first.
Oh,
is that
okay.
what we're doing?
Yes.
Target number is 15.
All right, the Rusty. Here you go.
He needs 2 6s. 6s and unders. That is a 20 and an 18. He's going to reroll both of those.
Okay.
Well, at least you can.
He sure can. It's a 9 and a 14. 2 successes. That is going to be a failure, which is going to tank the entire check. But that means you will not get it done before Excelsior, unfortunately.
Okay.
But there will
But-
still be progress towards it.
Bingo.
So then,
keep rolling.
once we're on Excelsior, it'll be easier if we get more successful things.
Yeah, it'll just be if you get the rest of these correct, then you'll just need 1 check of difficulty of 4.
Cool.
It's like the normal construction stuff where like it kind of cumulatively adds
Yeah.
to the total.
It's progress.
Okay.
So then I will do this next bit. I'm going to have to reroll both of those. And it's only
Ah.
2 successes.
Darn.
Okay.
Wait, that 3?
This is an 8, and that's a 13.
Oh, I didn't see the 1.
Wold and Nick.
Oh,
I
that.
just saw the 3.
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you see the 1.
He will. That is a 6. That is a critical success from Nick.
Use
Nice.
something
6
to
in science,
reroll
man.
This 20. All right, nice. That's a crit 1, and then he got 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Oh,
4.
he got 2, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he got 2.
Two.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
5.
So we have
right.
1 momentum at least for stuff there.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right.
That is a shame you didn't get it earlier though, because that will expire at the end of the scene.
Oh. Quick, flirt with Margie.
Well, if you get the Coke, then that'll leave 1 for the next scene.
Ah, you gotta draw at random. No fishing for Coke.
A thorough mix.
Totally.
Okay.
So Margie,
I was joking.
you're pretty good at building this thing. I was wondering, as everyone's kind of slowly leaving, I was wondering. So we're kind of the only 2 that wear masks. That's kind of.
Jerry's
kind of
not leaving, by the way.
You're like in the doorway.
Neither are
maybe.
Like-
Cortland and
Rusty's
Rusty.
leaving.
Truly a blind date.
Okay, so
I mean-
to preemptive there, you guys can be close, but we'll have picked a time that they're like, it's not like right in front of everyone.
Sorry.
So you guys are like maybe like going out, and he's talking this, so like you're close and you can
Yeah, they're
interact,
leaving. Yeah.
but it like makes sense in a story perspective.
It's not like everyone's like.
Not
in a
like
circle.
Will just starts talking. It just as they're being this. Well, I feel like we did a good try. So it's interesting we both wear masks. What's that about? Is you're like
Why is it
religious
so
or like?
No.
Hmm.
It's.
Can I join that religion?
What?
Sorry. I just asked, could I join that religion? There's the mask religion out there.
I love that.
They're cold.
Islam.
It's personal.
Hmm.
I assume it is for you too.
No, it's a funny story. I wear masks so that demons don't steal my identity and kill everyone I love.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this to try and make her more impressed with me because she didn't seem that impressed.
If Levi will allow it.
I'll allow it.
And just do whatever you want with this.
Okay.
So he's wearing a mask, but then you're wearing a mask, so I think it's even.
No.
Nope.
This is a.
It just
perception.
makes it more
because
difficult to
because
communicate.
It's just more. Oh yeah, I forgot how that works. Okay.
You're just like dead
difficult easy.
face. I wear it so the
Increased by
demons
one,
don't
yeah.
steal my likeness and come after my loved ones. She's like, I don't know how to interpret that.
Very Edward.
Yeah.
Unless I could use survive.
You're just
You're
like,
cute.
why would this be
The face of
survived?
demons.
To flirt.
You'll survive it.
Charisma.
He's
Margie's like
socially.
hard side.
Pounding, he's like,
It would be 1 success.
Difficulty, is that accounting for the mask difficulty?
No. It'd be 0 success.
Oh,
You
he's
can
trying.
barely hear him.
That's
Demon, kill everyone I love.
I'm sorry.
Lift it up. I wear it so that you see like a messed up underjaw that's like all blackened and there's like teeth kind of poking out. I wear it so that demon you can't do this, so that demon don't steal my identity and kill everyone near me.
Oh, that's noble.
Okay, yeah.
Has that happened?
Oh yeah, not to me, but like there's stories.
Oh. Often, or is that a Canada thing?
I mean, it happens. Like
Just-
down here.
The demons in Canada.
Is it Santa?
Santa?
It is.
It happens. It's like,
Margie's like mumbling that, and the mask makes it impossible to understand.
it's
Is
like
that Santa?
Santa I've been hearing about.
there's
Does
like
he steal people's likenesses and
I mean-
kill their families?
I think there are the same kinds of demons down here too. They like we're black spirits, dark spirits. Sorry, we don't call them black spirits. Dark spirits that like they pretend to be people, but they're like fake and made of like the poisonous like metals and stuff like that.
Does sound like cautionary tales about invisible dangers to health, like lead and radiation, that you can't see it, but it can cause health issues.
I don't think that's what it is, but that's kind of cool that it's like that. Do you think that we're starting to walk out? Like, do you feel like it's like thinking to himself, what can I say? Do you think that like lots of stories are from that, or do you feel like the majority of things are like monsters, or do you think they're like poisons that are in the air?
There are some poisons in the air. There was a place. There were poisons to keep people from breaking into a place.
That would make sense, because then you could think of that as like, you could misinterpret that and think it's ghosts, where really it's not ghosts, and ghosts are doing something else.
Have you seen a ghost?
Yeah.
When?
I was up in a cave in the north. I was almost frozen to death, and I saw one when I was eating some of the. It was when I was hunting. There was these special mushrooms that were in the cave, and so I was eating the mushrooms. And while I was eating them, this ghost lady came up, and she was like, "Those are my mushrooms, and I'm going to steal your teeth now." And I ran away. So.
There was a book about those mushrooms.
I'm surprised. They're like secret lore. They grant wisdom or madness, from what I hear. But I just need them for sustenance.
I think before the war, people used to do it for fun.
Gain wisdom for fun? That sounds pretty noble. Except for the madness part. That sounds dangerous, and people shouldn't do it. Bye, Margie. Hope you're having a good time. Runs away.
Does he go as he runs away?
When he's like a little bit
Every
away,
Enclave guard, huh?
he like goes a little bit far, and then he goes and then he goes off. He's gonna try and find Nick, and he's just gonna like not even talk to him. He's just gonna like go over to Nick and just kind of stand by him.
Okay, bomb crew first. What are you all doing?
Mom crew.
We're going to go to the bunker.
They did mushrooms once. I saw
Are you gonna grab a Jerry? You defusing it yourself?
Are we actually defusing it? I thought she just said put it down there.
She said take care of it.
Jerry!
Defusing a nuclear bomb in a nuclear bomb room with
find
other
Jerry.
nuclear
You get
bombs
the-
sounds
you get
like
the
a
shelter ready.
wild idea.
Won't be hard.
I
Yeah.
actually don't think it would be a
I'm
chain reaction, but
I'm gonna go find Jerry. Doc,
What?
I've got a project you might be interested in.
Okay.
Come with me. And he's just gonna start walking towards the
Is Tabs nearby?
munitions.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she's just kind
Yep.
of chilling.
Keep an eye on Margie.
Okay, what for? What am I looking for?
Never mind.
I will. Am I supposed to be looking for something?
Just make
Is
sure.
she okay?
Yes, just make sure she doesn't fall over.
I just want to talk to him.
Okay.
She's fine. It's just swamp gas.
Deb is like holding.
You
Deb's
just see
like
Margie
holding a
slowly
rifle. Like I don't know what I'm
deflating.
looking for, and Margie's like,
What did
Okay,
what
Tabs
did
is gonna like scoot closer to Margie and be like,
"Hi."
Yeah, as soon as we get out of eyesight,
no one-
don't freak out, but, and I'm just gonna like crack the case.
He's cracked the case.
What is that?
I think you know what it is.
I know.
"Oh, succeeded."
Why is that?
Barnes gave it to me in case anything went south up on Excelsior. He has a trigger for it, I have a trigger for it. We'd like him not to have a trigger for it.
Why did you wait until now to say anything about this?
Because it was really hard to figure out a gentle way to bring it up.
A gentle way to say, hey, my brother might kill all you guys at any second, and I can't really control that?
That was every sentence you ever said in the first half of the campaign.
Doc, if it
I'm
makes
sorry,
you feel
I just-
better, Jules wanted to bring a bona fide nuke onto the helicopter, so...
No, she did not.
You are-
Jane did.
Wait, what? What?
You in the
Jules will
bomb
explain exactly what they're planning to bring on the vertibird inside.
They got mad at me for keeping secrets.
She got mad at me for having a mini nuke. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at you too, so I can't imagine.
This is why I told everyone.
What do you want me to do with it?
Jules is like boop, 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 opening the
Well-
bunker door.
Ideally, we want to just disarm it
Donuts.
so that Barnes can't activate it from Chicago. If we could still use it, I think it could be helpful for something. I don't know what, but
And you want me to do that?
I was going to ask you if you were interested in it. I know you're a doctor, not a bomb expert. But
I took an elective in high school, okay?
That's totally a Vault-Tec moment.
Electives
Welcome to
such a-
Explosives 101. You're in for a bang of a good time.
And they have like those cute cartoons with really gruesome bombing things,
Yes,
and they're like,
absolutely.
explosives are very useful.
Have you seen the special
Welcome to
animation?
Explosives for Dummies. Rule 1: Dummies shouldn't have explosives. Go home.
I can take a look at it. I just...
I understand it's a very dangerous thing to deal with. If we can't do anything with it, I think we're just going to leave it in the bunker.
All right, give it to me.
I think we're taking it to the bunker to figure out.
Well, unless you want to blow the bunker up. It might be a good idea to do it somewhere else.
There are, in fact, other explosives in the bunker.
Well, Frankie doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't. Yep.
All right,
He
where
knows
do
there's
you
a nuke in there.
Look, if we're
where
gonna...
do you think we should try to disarm it then? Just out in the middle of nowhere?
As far away from everyone else as possible.
Okay.
In an elementary school to educate children. on the
I'm
dangers
just
of
gonna
nuclear energy.
tell Jules that we're dealing with it into the pit boy.
Okay.
Do not deal with it without me.
Can you
Okay.
hear that over the pit boy?
He's just gonna say, okay, turn the pit boy off. All right, let's go.
Do not disturb.
Here, give it to me. Thank you. All right, I'll see you in about... Come get me when we're ready to take off.
I would be going to find them because this was my job. was to deal with
I would
this.
be following Jerry at a safe distance so that I did not explode.
So, I would
No,
be
you
looking
shoot
for
people
them.
right with
I'm not sure
explosives.
if I would find them.
I'm wearing bright blue
Jerry's-
out in a snowstorm.
Jerry's going into the woods, probably back near to where we found the robot.
Yeah, you go
And
back
he's-
to where you landed. Robot's not there.
And he's
don't worry.
just...
Would I see them leaving?
The robot?
No, them.
I would tell Julian where we were going.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know where they're going. Yeah.
I would close the vault back up and mutter something under my breath and out through the snow.
Okay. Can I take a look at this first? Just gauge how difficult this will be.
Yes. Yeah, I'll allow you to make a perception check of that. But if you fail it, you will not know the difficulty of the check.
Okay, what's
But
the difficulty
if you
of this
pass
check?
it, then you will get momentum. Perception check, difficulty of 2. Perception, explosives.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Kabooms.
It's an important one, though.
Oof.
Oofta.
Let me see. Nope, he has no idea what the difficulty is.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna assume.
I'm going
8.
to buy an action point from you if that's okay.
Okay.
I would like to help with this check if I
I'm
catch
gonna.
up
I'm
with
gonna
you guys.
radio over to
she'd
Doc from about.
probably catch up as
60
soon as he
feet.
finished examining the nuke.
All right. What are we looking at, Doc?
Oh, you don't want to be too close when I do this.
Actually, I've been around my share of explosive. I would rather help than just leave you to it.
Frankie from
Okay.
about 80 feet away is. I'd really prefer not to lose anyone on this project. If it's gonna be too hard, we can just put it in the bunker.
Are you confident, Doctor?
I mean, I read it in the books, and I've dealt with
I
other
know there's a difference
explosives.
between reading it in the books and dealing with it. Are you confident? If you're not,
It's not
there's
like
no shame in that,
it's not plastic explosives, but it's
Doctor.
look, it's not the bomb itself; it's the detonator. So, okay, do I know what the complication range for this would be?
No, that's part of that check.
Okay.
I can tell you, it'll be complicated.
I
We're
also
taking
kind of remember.
we're taking the
you
genie
have
out
luck,
of the
like 15s.
the nuke out of the bunker anyway. So
I
putting
know,
this there
I
would
know.
not be a
He told
problem.
me
It
that
would
you
keep
were.
everyone safe.
He told me about the secret that you weren't telling us. Anyway, let's just do it.
This was not something I was hiding from you. It's just something that didn't come up.
All right, I'm gonna do this. You
Doctor.
can help me or not.
Why are you doing this?
Because Frankie asked me to.
From a boy. Frankie.
Frankie?
Yes.
Are you gonna
You
help?
asked the doctor not to do this if he's not confident.
Doc, if you're gonna blow up, it's not worth trying.
I'm not gonna blow up.
Don't
Either
worry.
help me or go away, Jules, so I can get started.
I will allow this to be an intelligence check, so you can re-roll 1d20.
I swear, if you get us killed, I'm going to kill you.
Make sure you have.
Jules, do you want me to hold Pip while you're out there?
I'm going to slip my Pip Boy off.
My
Give me
son will
15
survive me.
seconds. Do not start without me and,
Okay.
and give Pip to Frankie.
Frankie will grab Pip.
Hi! This
Sorry.
is gonna go poorly, isn't it?
I have faith in them.
You have luck.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel more confident than in the rock paper scissors situation.
You're right, that was dodgy.
Rock.
Yep. All right, I'm still gonna buy an action point for this.
Another?
No, I'm still gonna buy
Oh.
the action point that I mentioned before.
Okay. And you are assisting? This is
Yes, stand by.
intelligence, explosives.
Okay.
Is there a bardic inspiration equivalent that I can give them as a musician?
To start playing.
Play the bugle that was originally in the
Rachel.
case.
Yeah.
I'm so
If it
stressed.
helps, I've already
Smooth
gotten
jazz
4
starts playing.
successes.
Oh, this
I
is
would
fine.
rather us be sure.
I mean, they can't be sweaty bomb defusal experts because they're in the middle of winter.
That's true.
Needs 11 reroll.
They're very cool-headed.
Dude, that's a natural
4 from
one.
Jerry, 2 from Jules.
What
And
numbers
if,
are on the
and if there are any high ones, I think you should use luck to.
Jerry got a 6, a 7, and a 13.
And a 1 from Julian.
So total successes is
6.
you get 4 momentum back.
What?
Check
the difficulty
completed.
was 2.
It was really easy, but a complication would have set it off.
Okay.
I should have expected that from Barnes, honestly. This was like the most ramshackle bomb from what you described.
Well, it's yeah.
I guess
it was pretty ramshackle. Again, the
Here's-
risk is that if you just roll any complication, boom.
Here's the question.
It's got
Does
like,
my
paper clips
remote
holding
still
it
work?
together.
With
it's
the
so easy to
6,
take it off, but it
absolutely.
shouldn't have been
Whatever you
this
want.
way.
Honestly, do you want your remote
You
to
want-
still work? This can still work as a traditional.
I was gonna say, I think we had talked about it. Yeah.
Jerry probably would have rewired it so that it just goes to his remote.
Yeah,
And
okay.
not to.
Check done. Good job.
Would I know if we leave the remote detonator on, would it be a problem for someone else to be able to get in and detonate it? Or is it
Frankie's
only-
remote detonator.
Well, I mean, if we left the remote detonation option available, would someone else possibly be able to detonate it if they were able to? I don't know. I don't know how this works. Would the Brotherhood be able to beep boop, I'm connected.
Possibly. Essentially,
I'm in.
we'll say that it was tuned to 2 separate frequencies, and you essentially banned the one that was Barnes. So now just Frankie's detonator works. Hypothetically, yes, the Brotherhood could, if they got their hands on it.
If they
See
got
But
what's in
only
the
if
trend.
they
They-
had their hands on
If
it.
they
Correct.
knew the
Okay.
the correct frequency and the correct signal to send
Yes.
to that frequency,
Okay.
Yep.
then
I feel
they
safe
could.
enough with those
But
odds.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that might come out under like interrogation or something like that, but no one's gonna be like, let's try, 1, 1, 1, 1. They're not gonna hack this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
okay.
Code actually changes.
And
every 2
Jerry's
minutes,
gonna
and it goes
Jerry's gonna
slow,
stand up with his
slow,
cane
slow.
shaking, and you can't tell if it's because he's cold or if it's because he was shaking.
Bomb is
I'm
gonna
not-
fuse.
Pick up the bomb.
I'm gonna assume by the lack of explosion that things are going well.
Oh yeah, very well.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go put my coat on.
All right, old man.
Are you all just heading back to camp?
Might as well.
Yeah, I gotta go deal with the other bomb.
Like
Okay.
at camp, we're
Frankie?
like all together and just
Mind
Yeah.
meeting?
so
Set
calm
hands.
and nice.
Yeah. What do you need?
Help lifting the bomb.
The genie?
The other bomb.
The genie?
I would actually say by this time, an Enclave weapons crew would have moved it out of the bunker and is mounting it to the wings of the Boxbird.
I was gonna say, I don't
That's
know.
not a lift heavy and attach it thing. That's a small crane job.
I was gonna
Okay.
say 2 suits of power armor, 1 on each end, probably.
Yeah.
Then never mind. I wouldn't ask that after
I
all.
was gonna
Honestly,
say,
this
I ain't
thing,
lifting
one
nothing.
suit of power armor, fireman style, you're good.
Oh
How
wow.
long?
Someone's
how long
just like
until
walking
lift
with it
off?
on their shoulder.
At this point, About 10 minutes. Got a call I need to make actually, so I'll see you on the vertibird.
Okay.
All right. Any other business? Yes.
I need to reach out to Odysseus.
Okay.
Is that someone we've met before?
No.
Thought
Greek
so.
nerd.
Who's even heard of Odysseus? What did he do?
You
like, a
radio
long
the
journey or
specific
something?
frequency of. I'm trying to remember what we named the little retreat in Philadelphia. Was it Delphi?
I think it was Delphi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the Oracle?
And you would hear a series of very long mechanical clicks as the oracle patches you in. It's a
Nice.
computer.
I figured.
Yeah.
I'll be dusting off my little light board.
Yeah.
Odysseus, you there?
Oh, it's text. Sorry.
Oh.
Yep.
Uh.
Yeah.
Odysseus, do you read me?
Couldn't Pip text to speech or speech to text though?
That's true. But,
But texts sound more professional if they're texted out.
yeah.
I don't want Pip to convert the into the text. Odysseus will
Pip,
think
you
I'm
punctuated
nervous.
this all wrong.
That shouldn't be a semicolon.
I read.
You put comments everywhere. You always do this.
I haven't heard from you from a while.
I do that.
Or for a while.
Been chasing some leads out of state. Marion's got the territory covered. Giving you advanced warning, I plan to call a vote in a few days.
I can arrange that. On what?
More details to come in my report. But the long and short of it is weather manipulation of the Midwest.
So I've heard.
You always stay well connected.
It is my job.
Source?
2 guesses.
Remind me what. Oh, why am I blanking on his name? That's so stupid. Victronics. What his
Killing me.
code was. Was it Apollo or was it?
It was
Zeus?
Apollo.
Okay. Apollo.
Ding ding.
He told me he supports it.
You hear another series of clicks. You are patched in to voice. I'm going to need your word. Are you turning to the Enclave?
I'll give you the same courtesy you give your operatives shelves. If I decide to leave, you'll know about it before it's an issue. I've not made that decision. We're still the people doing good, but they're family. That's why I'm here.
Good hunting. Click, click, click.
All right, Pip. Let's go put out the next fire. And she's gonna go walk over to the bird.
Yep. Genie is on and armed. Well, it's able to be armed from the cockpit.
Okay.
Josh?
Can I please put on my formal clothes and can I wear my formal hat and the respirator at the same time, or is
Yes.
that one at a time?
Yep. Respirator can go on. It's
It's
I won't
just a
normally allow
base.
this for everything, but yes, it is just a. It is actually just a nose and mouth thing. It does not
Okay.
cover your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably make sure everyone's looking like at least a little spiffy.
I mean,
as much as possible with what they've got available to them.
What I have available to me is what I have on.
I know that's okay. You've got your little scarf thing that you wore to the Xanadu though.
It's true.
So I make
I
sure you're
washed
wearing
in
your
the
little
snow.
scarf thing.
Can
What's
also
that?
brush
I wash in the
Henning's
snow.
fur.
Like my
Do what?
people do.
Brush Henning's fur.
Just like
Very nice.
Yes,
it's
you
the
mentioned
dog leaping.
Right.
To it.
Yep.
Tie, straight, hat, tilted.
Nice. Looking good.
Oh, your tie's crooked. Let me fix it.
Come on, Frankie knows how ties work,
I'm
right?
gonna readjust it.
Ooh, I got something for this.
Doc, you
Pull out a little squirrel. Just
you need something to look nicer.
Like what?
I don't.
Facelift.
You, ow! Ow!
Botox.
Didn't mean to snap back so quickly.
A little splash of color wouldn't hurt. And
Blush?
Frankie's gonna
He's
take
looks at it
off
like,
his fake flower and he's gonna put it on. Doc, you want it on your hat or your what would you call this?
Probably the
Collar?
lapel.
Lapel?
Not
Probably
the,
well,
I guess
probably
it would be the lapel, yeah.
Yeah.
lapel would probably be better.
Ty was straight as an arrow before.
Frankie, are you bringing the mini nuke with you? You could essentially donate it to the
Tuck the mini
Enclave.
nuke in his hair.
I feel like we should probably hold on to that. I don't worry. They have a missile, you know.
Yeah.
Did you hear Elaine say, we have a fat man?
I heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep the missile on you. Or the mini nuke on you.
I think Elaine's the only one who knows about it, other than Jules and you.
Yeah.
Just putting a mini nuke in your pocket.
I would subtly whisper to Margie and Tabs.
Just so you're all aware, I have a nuke in my backpack.
That's
Like
such don't come to school
figuratively or
tomorrow.
literally?
Quite literally.
It's a miniature nuke.
Why?
I made sure it's safe. Don't worry.
Margie, are you using your power armor?
Presently?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tabs is like,
Okay. Just wondering if you're going to wear it up to the
weirdest
station.
day
That's
ever.
it.
Up to
Vertibird's
Excelsior,
tilting to the
yes.
side.
It was built for carrying
I
people's
know.
power armor.
Yes.
Watch Margie.
I am.
But when two people in power
Oh, I
armor,
have a nuke in my backpack.
Even out the weight. Gotta have one on each side.
Barry and Alice are also going to be in XO1 power armor. So they're ready for show of force. Sorry, it's just time to fly. Where is Julian?
Do you went to the restroom?
Yes, yeah.
This is
And
so
now-
like Jules.
and
She
now a
tells
word
us
from our
don't be late for
sponsors.
the vertibird, and she's the last
Brought
one
to
on.
you
Can
by
you believe
viewers
it?
like you.
Feels
Thank
really
you.
She warned us all to
irresponsible.
go before we get on the plane. And
All right.
I mean, on this one, you can just
This-
go off the
This
edge.
is
This
a pretty
section-
dramatic stopping point, so we're going to actually go ahead and take a quick
I was gonna
break
do a fake
in
ad break.
session.
This is brought to you by Nuka Cola.
I wish. All right, and you all are back. You all, I presume, have boarded the vertibird. You are ready for takeoff. You are in. What are you wearing?
Jake
are you
from
wearing?
State Farm. Are we live?
Top layer.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Underclothes, radiation suit, street clothes, including the jacket, power armor.
Okay. Yeah. What set is it's T60, your chest and
T60 checks and helmet. T45C arms.
Okay.
Raider legs.
yes, that's right.
So my
Julian.
legs just look disappointing compared to the rest of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Julian,
some
I'm sure.
Jimbros.
No, I know you're wearing something formal enough. Tabs.
What did I?
You
Oh,
had
we're
that-
wearing
you had
our.
that-
Oh,
wait,
you want to describe it?
Wait. Are we wearing our fancy pantsy outfits?
Mm-hmm.
Then you look like Dorothy
You
from
had
the Wizard of
you
Oz.
Dorothy.
No. That was my old one. Remember, I upgraded
Oh.
because I got some sense of. I got a pantsuit, but I don't remember what
Oh,
color.
yeah.
All right, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Sorry,
It's like the Kirby vacuum bags.
what?
I don't know. My family had a Kirby vacuum, which is like an old clunky vacuum from like the 50s.
Oh, but not like
Wasn't
Kirby,
it-
like the
right.
No,
They both
but
suck.
I don't know
That's
which
what I
came
thought.
first.
Yeah, I thought
I don't
that-
know
I
which
thought it was
came
a
first.
green
Anyway, they
or
had like
something,
these
or like the
really
yellow.
ugly patterns for the bags that like the dust
Mhm.
gets sucked into,
Mhm.
and they look exactly like the fabric on every single one of Hillary Clinton's pantsuits. So
Okay.
No, because I
Crazy.
copied Julian's like woman suit. Pantsuit,
Yeah. Yep.
Because I was like, I want to be cool, but I don't remember what color.
what's
I don't think Julian's
That's-
had a pantsuit.
That was just me.
Rachel, I know you planned it. So what is Julian wearing?
Waves.
so I was looking at
I
Julian.
didn't really. I didn't
Then why
really
did you
plan
go?
And they
The
were-
Because I
Wikipedia
thought I'd
page
at least
for
get a
pantsuit.
chance.
Hillary Clinton.
No, I don't look like Hillary Clinton. I look like a corporate baddie.
Corporate
She's-
baddie
okay.
Hillary Clinton.
So she got the new
You look like
blue light.
It's not a
Tay
corporate
Leone
baddie.
from Madam Secretary.
Sure.
Look it up.
How do you spell that?
Josh.
TEA.
What is Mr.
L-E-O-N-I.
Dr. Fletcher wearing?
So he's wearing a navy blue suit
Whoa.
with a flower in his lapel and
Yeah.
with his formal hat.
So Frankie's suit, but without the pinstripes.
His is
Yep.
navy though. Mine's like baby blue.
Oh,
Looks
that's right.
better
Yeah,
than,
yeah.
Hillary
Yep.
Clinton's,
I'm bad
so.
with shades.
I don't remember
Baby
what
blue
color.
pinstripes.
Can I do a deep forest green
Yes.
if I redact whatever I said previously because I don't remember.
You can. Yes, you can.
Nathaniel, how do you pronounce the shade of blue that's like PTHALO or
Phthalo?
whatever? Phthalo? Is that it?
I think so.
Phthalo blue?
Never heard of it.
It's a pigment Bob Ross uses a lot.
Welcome to Fallout Color Front.
There's also
Fallout color
No, I
theory.
can't say it. Phthalo green is another one.
What's Frankie wearing? Baby blue pinstripe.
Baby blue pinstripe suit. Saxophone. Trumpet.
Okay. Yeah. You're loaded.
Bugle.
Just one man band up here.
Yeah, you could say we're quite explosive. Anyways. And so formal wear and formal hat. Only part-time.
Where did D20 go?
Part-time proton.
Do you think it's
Is
in
it
your
the one you
pockets?
dropped?
Yeah.
Is it right
Why would it
there
be in
by
your
the
pockets?
camera?
Huh?
Is it that one right there,
Is it
right by the
blue?
camera?
The red one
Oh,
right
okay.
there?
No, it's a red one.
Ah, well, I'll look for it later. Go figure.
Is it the one you dropped?
No.
Anyway,
What was
Yes.
the episode we
I'm
did
thinking
shop?
like a couple shades darker than a phthalo blue, and it's like matching pants and a longer suit jacket that like kind of like a loose one like this that goes down like a little bit further, almost like a trench style
Okay.
with some kind of a lining. Kind of big. Maybe one of those like little like tie things too.
Hmm.
I'll design it eventually.
Also
Okay.
like Madam Secretary. She had a couple that had the little tie thing.
Yeah, I
Wold?
want it to be a little more modern though, like maybe some like black leather in there or something.
So because
Ooh.
no one told Wold about this,
Mm-hmm.
he's wearing everything polished and in a nice way as he always does. He's wearing his mask, the little horn,
Mhm.
small horn, big horn, 3 lines down it. Wearing his winter garb underneath the armor that he has. He's like some stuff that's kind of over it. That's very kind of nitre green sort of thing. He's picked a few sprigs earlier that morning and bedded it in it. And he has his fur coat. And as he sees everyone's kind of there, he switches it so that the animals that you can see their faces are now inside his long. It's not a coat. It's a big cape basically, like a poncho / cape thing. And he puts that down, and you can basically just see like head and his
Mm-hmm.
punch Ernest, and then he's kind of down.
Okay.
Because that's how he walks.
All right. So, going with you all. My phone could actually load my notes and not just be stuck on Wikipedia.
What's Courtland wearing?
Courtland is actually just wearing his lab coat. He's
Nothing else?
Boo.
Ah!
My eyes.
He's just wearing normal clothes along with his lab coat?
No, I have to say it this way so that he is forced to describe other clothes.
shirt and pants.
What kind of
Socks.
shirt? What kind of pants?
I don't have to tell you that.
Deep V-neck.
All
the way down.
I do have to tell you. Not that. Well played, Levi. Well played.
Courtland's actually wearing the casual clothes with Ballistic Weave 6 and
No, she's
Power
wearing
Armor.
like a long like blazer.
Oh.
And,
If this was ever a movie, I'd get Jeff
see.
Goldblum
I'm
to
so
play
wearing it.
it's the
Courtland.
new thing that she got from what's the name?
Stop it with the shirtless
Yeah, we went to the
comments.
tailor and we all got like new
That
outfits, and I don't
wasn't
remember, but I remember
Come
kind
on.
of like
Kind of
taking
was.
All right.
inspiration from-
Okay.
This is actually
And I don't
Fallout
remember
Project
what I
Runway.
remember, Maybe they messed up my
It
words.
is
and
now.
said something else. They're like, close enough. And she's
Martin
like, all right.
I
is
remember
wearing
the suit.
I remember
absolutely
being handsome, but I
a
don't
very
remember if it was
presidential
green or like
suit.
a dark red.
It may have even been handed down from former presidents.
I feel like if it's too
Let's see.
red, it
Also
looks
in the
like
party,
Better Call Saul.
Table talk.
Alice, who was in Exo 1 Power Armor. Barry, who was in Exo 1 Power Armor. Nick, who is in a military uniform,
Nick
as
is
a matter of
coming?
fact. He is.
Ooh,
That
what
was the
branch
plan.
of the military?
The Enclave has its own uniform, as a matter of fact. It is great. It has an E on the side. Yeah, it's actually pretty rad. Albeit a little bit fascist looking, which makes sense. Anyways.
Julie, anything you need to tell us?
What? I mean, as terrible as the fascists were, they did have very snappy uniforms, objectively.
Okay,
They're very,
people
like,
say that, but
put
like the
together.
Gestapo uniforms, the black ones with the skull on it,
Honestly,
That's
the
not
American
cool. The
The
uniforms.
skull
They're
was
good
definitely
villain
a warning
uniforms.
sign.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
villainous uniforms.
Honestly,
Right.
though,
I'm
like
not condoning fascism.
the
I'm just
American
saying they look very
uniforms
put
during
together.
World War II, I think look really nice.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway,
All right. So, also technically included is Jane, who is participating from the simulator on the ground, who is flying the Boxbird. So, essentially, if Excelsior's looking down in the cockpit, they're going to think this is a transformer or something. I don't know.
Is the boxbird and the vertibird the same thing? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Boxbird is actually an earlier form of the vertibird that was developed more for cargo.
So
It's-
there are two planes, and we're taking one of them up.
It is a
It's not quite a
vertibird.
plane.
So Boxbird and
Go
vertibirds.
straight up.
Sorry, the Fallout lore is really iffy on vertibirds, and there's different models and all that. So this is essentially, it is a vertibird, but it is also the cargo variant of it. We'll stick
So
with
it
that.
is one plane.
Yes, there is only one
bird.
plane. It is big. Similar to some planes today, it does have 2 levels on it. Hypothetically, one would be just for seats, that's where all the jump seats are, and the second level would be for cargo. But there's, given that the Enclave just finished the move, there's not really much cargo down there. It's good to have the extra space for the 1, 2, 3, 4, and technically 5 sets of power armor that are on board this plane right now.
How much do we all weigh?
A lot.
whoa, you can't say that to a woman.
I can.
There are 3 women in this party.
Yep. And
And
let's
some
see.
of them weigh more than others.
Are
Yeah.
you saying Margie's fat?
Yes.
It's the
I'm saying she's
I'm
heavy.
fat.
There's a
Okay,
power
sorry, I
armor.
derailed us. Moving
Yes, you
on.
did.
Uh,
All right. So, as I just mentioned, there are 2 levels to this plane that you're on. As you all have boarded, Jane takes the Boxbird up and starts descending slowly. While it is doing so, President Purcell will walk up to you, Julian, and say, "Jules, do you have a minute? Want to talk on the lower level?"
Yeah, just need to strategize for up there.
You could say that. Follow me. He's going to walk down the little spiral staircase that does separate the 2 of them.
Martin, you're being formal, and that means you're nervous.
No, it means I'm getting in the right headspace. There's a difference. Barry, be a Secret Service agent. Give us some privacy. And Barry's going to stand by the spiral staircase.
This is getting more ominous.
Don't worry, I'm just going to summarily execute you. Nothing big.
We all knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Martin?
I was thinking about this whole group that you've talked us all into bringing up to Excelsior. Thinking about introductions. And thinking about what's going to happen once we're all up in Excelsior. Once we make sure it's safe, of course.
Are you worried about any of them? Is that what this is?
No. I trust you and I trust them. Wold I don't quite have figured out, but I don't think he's going to be the type to backstab or anything like that.
Well, if Dad trusts him, that probably counts for something.
Right. This word does go a long way. No, I'm thinking bigger picture than just that. Just thinking about how to introduce you all. And thinking about what's next for the Wasteland. Previously, before this new mantle came upon me, it was my job as Secretary of State to make sure that the Enclave was informed of what's going on in the Wasteland, and that relations were maintained between us and the Wasteland itself. Obviously, that hasn't been as big a scale as it would ideally be under the United States. For me, it was mostly just my harebrained mob plan, which, from what I hear about Elaine, has already had some repercussions.
But it's also done some good. I think you being connected with the surface paved the way for this.
I guess so. Let's just hope not everyone on the surface responds by planting a nuke within our ranks.
Most of them are capable, even if they'd be willing.
Good to know you still have that trademark Enclave superiority. Well,
It heightens when you're up on the surface for too long.
I imagine so. Well, jokes aside, you have still been someone that is extremely knowledgeable about the surface, and is still someone that we can look upon and say, that's one of us. That's someone we understand.
I know you say that. Is that something you're sure about for the others? I know I haven't really been,
We're too small to hold grudges. And those of us that do are going to express them with petty glances. We all know it's just too far to exclude someone from coming home.
been wondering about that.
Well, I mean, with me in office, anyone with a problem with you is going to have to take it up with me. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. Given that you have been this spokesperson for this work with the Wasteland plan, I was thinking you take up the office of Secretary of State. He's going to produce just a little, probably aluminum pin that just has the seal of the United States, and it just says, United States of America, Department of State.
This is, did Jane put you up to this? Is this... She's gonna reach out and take it.
Yes. But it was a good idea.
You're not joking.
No. I mean, I know you're still tossing things around, but if you wanted to be someone that is still engaged with the surface and making frequent trips to visit us up in Excelsior, I can think of no better role for that. That's the historical purpose of the Secretary of State.
You think that's gonna be, that's the way it's going to work, is going back up and down, that'll be an option.
I don't see why not.
And it
Someone
wouldn't
has to.
cause trouble.
No. Obviously, we do it in organized trips, making sure things are safe while you do it. But, I think you'd be a great fit for that role. And technically it's empty right now, so someone needs to fill it.
Right. Sorry, you caught me off guard.
Don't you think it would be a rather fitting introduction? I'm going through and I say, that's our Secretary of Science. These are agents of the Secret Service, and that's my Secretary of State.
You understand I'd have to work this out with Polis.
Right.
They've been, well, to be level with you, they've been wanting someone on the inside of the Enclave for a long time.
I'm sure they would.
They've been doing a lot of good.
I know. They just took our shtick and ran with it, I'd say.
And that's why I joined, is they're doing what we've always promised to do. But if I could do that with you, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted.
Oh, you can always resign. If you don't like it, that is. But we need people like you in Enclave leadership. And frankly, if it isn't you, I might have to appoint someone that is more friendly to the old guard. Not my ideal.
Will I still be able to help out on the ground
Oh, absolutely.
while this is going on? I mean,
I'd prefer that. I mean, that way the Enclave isn't just some distant faction smiting us down from the heavens.
someone to help make the Enclave personable, someone to give it a face.
Which, as Jane cautioned me about, I know that's not exactly your preferred inclination. But you know stuff. You know what people want, and... well, I know you. You're not exactly smooth around the edges, but that's not what we need. We need someone who will speak the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it.
Wonderful. Now put that thing on your lapel. It's gonna look so official. Not as official as my eagle one, though. Still getting used to it.
That's the
yeah.
entire reason you took on the role, isn't it? She
That's
says
right.
And she starts pinning it on.
Velvet lined. It's pretty good. He says as he straightens out the collar. Good for cold weather. And ballistic weave, of course.
And looks sharp. Mine too.
Good.
Gotta get Taylor.
Huh. Well, that's it. But I'm glad to have you back on the team.
One more thing I've been wondering. If I mean, you've got a lot to worry about, so if you need
Shoot.
to...
Gotta talk about something. I don't want to wait awkwardly in the cabin.
Yeah, it's a little thick up there. You and Jane have a good sense for these things. You left Palm Book before things got hairy. I've been tossing over in my mind whether this isn't just a repeat of that. Big plan that's meant to change things for everyone, and it's a little too top heavy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can see the similarity.
I just, I like to think I've learned. It's been several years. It's been a long time. A lot of things have happened since then. But I think I just need to hear from someone who got it right the first time. That this is learning from it and not just letting the record skip back and repeat again.
We're going to have to take risks. And I think taking risks to save the world are some of the most valuable risks to make out there. But,
But
not
we're
to put myself up on a pedestal or anything, but you said it. Jane and I made the right decision back then. And I wish I had been stauncher in telling the rest of you all about how serious a threat the Brotherhood was.
Silas knew
Silas knew what? That...
that the Brotherhood was a threat.
Right. Yeah, I apprised him of it.
They warned him.
You mean like a typical Brotherhood warning message? Like the evacuator, we will raise this place to the ground kind of message.
That's the one.
And you all still stayed.
Silas was the only one who knew.
You do see him recede and
Only found out the other week when, story, but the Brotherhood took me in.
wait, the Brotherhood told you this. They could be lying.
They're not.
Jeez.
I shouldn't have told you now.
I'm not gonna handle it like you did.
I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about me.
You're not gonna handle it like you did. Because we're gonna keep an eye and keep our focus on what matters. And that is all of us getting out of here alive. If this pie in the sky dream starts falling, we will leave. We will go find someplace else that is safe. We are not throwing all of us on this. And it will not be like Pambuk.
Okay. All right.
It has to be. But just know I'm willing to... I'm not throwing everything on the stream. But I'd also kick myself if we didn't at least try to pursue it. Well, we'll talk more about Silas once this is all over.
I think that would be good. But I've got my head in the job. Don't worry.
And if it's not, then I have to give a rousing speech to get it back into it.
I will spare both you and myself that. I'll be fine.
Joking aside, do you think the rest of them need that? I don't know what exactly presidential precedent is here.
You know what? Why don't you just make sure they're all on the same page? Don't worry so much about the fanfare and pageantry. Just tell them how you see it. Spread the vision a little.
Well, I would have asked Frankie to play us, something on the bugle, but from what I hear, might not want to open that case.
That has been dealt with.
So I heard.
Dealt with and disposed of.
Good. All right. Well, we can talk more later.
All right.
Back up.
Thank you, Mr. President. She says, tugging on the lapel.
Of course, Madam Secretary.
And she kind of smiles a little and leaves.
I have a trumpet too.
I know, he was just cracking a joke about the bugle. That's it.
All right, Martin.
Martin.
Back up top, Jerry would probably be interrogating Wold about his diet.
I don't know why you're concerned. I just eat a lot of mushrooms and animal meat, and I cook the meat. We know about the.
What kind of mushrooms? I'm just curious.
No, it's there's the different bright ones and there's the dull ones.
Psilocybin.
What effects do these mushrooms have on your mental
Well,
state?
no, sometimes.
Probably that's just what Jules hears as she's coming up.
Nick's gonna say, and do you have any with you? Those would be great right now. Jerry's like,
Oh my gosh.
just a bit of gallows.
Well,
That's
that
it.
one like
have
slowly
drugs?
tucks the small package deeper inside his coat. Oh no, don't have anything with me.
Boards himself here. Are you guys high?
I've never seen
We
that.
are high.
on.
That's why we're up here.
Could Jerry synthesize psilocybin?
Probably.
Like you guys.
Let's not talk anymore about
guys
this.
eat all
Let's not
sorts
get
of
You can't
into
find
this.
your own mushrooms. Store bought is fine.
Me trying to smoke a portobello. Why isn't this getting high?
All right.
Well,
That's
that's
what
not-
they meant when
well,
they
that's
said
like-
smoked portobello.
This is not at all in his stats,
It's
but I
like
just
he's
have the
unclear.
mental thing that he has some sort of poison or like drug tolerance because of just how crazy his life is.
Oh yeah, don't you have
Okay,
the
cover.
perk?
Well, I don't think he has that, but he does have like really high endurance.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
Maybe that's how it
Yeah,
gets him.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, that's poison
so
resistance.
for Wold, it's fine. No one else do this. You're not Wold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he is a ghoul, so he has the natural resistance
I can
to
do
chemistry.
drugs. It's actually fine for me. It wouldn't be fine for you.
Not drugs. They're
It's a
mushrooms.
skill issue.
Polo Cold Front said I can do drugs.
Well, Cold Front does not endorse the use of any non-prescribed drugs. Thank you.
Trust a real doctor. Not
Anyway,
Gary.
Jules is coming up, and she's watching as
Like Nick.
if your
No.
physical doctor
Nick got
does
doctor.
not have a degree, don't trust him. Or-
But yeah,
All right.
that's about it. Oh, you have metal on you. Looks back in. Well, that's about it. That's all of the things and all the animals I eat also.
Looks like I missed the best part, says Martin. Well, I'm sure once this is all said and done, we'll have very good food. I'm sure they've got rather good preserves up there. So, just before we get up there, just wanted to remind you all of the objectives we have here. We want to make sure that this place is suitable for habitation. We have around 200 Enclave members down there that need a place to live. We need to make sure it's secure. Make sure that this laser defense system is as crocked up as they make it out to be. And finally, just make sure that they're trustworthy. No inklings of any sort of stabbing us in the back, anything like that. And if there is that, we're going to take the ship from them. Options for that, we could always hold their reactor hostage.
We've got nukes too.
That we do, although I'd prefer to end with this station intact. From what it sounds like, there are not that many living people still on this airship. Maybe 50 to 100. It's quiet up there. And I think given that we all just held a successful coup in an Enclave bunker, I'm sure we could do something similar up here if it required. But ideally, if it is fishy like that, I'm going to try my best to sow dissent in those few people left. I'm sure some of them will be sympathetic to our cause. Any questions?
Laser defense, fishiness, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, and then reactive. Trust me. Okay. 2 objectives.
Now they've already agreed to have this meeting in the first place. Have they agreed to have our people up here?
That was the idea. I guess this is another objective to add to the list. But I'm going to try my best to pitch the whole coordinate with the ground idea at them. Gladys is the person who arranged this plan. They don't know I'm the president. So obviously that is going to be a bit of a problem to pave over. But I like to think I'm going to be a little bit friendlier than she was. We're going to try our best. And if not, we shoot them. Easy plan.
Well, hopefully we don't get to that part.
Ideally. All right, wonderful. Let's go see what this thing looks like. And he would head over to the cockpit, where outside it is mostly just snowing. You can't really see anything, but you can see the altimeter rising steadily as you guys are going higher and higher. $10,000 feet, 15,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 25,000 feet, 30,000 feet. As Jane's Boxbird takes you ever higher, you finally manage to catch a glimpse of the craft at the center of your 1,000-mile journey. As you burst through the clouds like a ship through briny waves, you see the glittering structure shining like a metallic skyscraper floating in an azure sky. Its central tower stretches skyward like an enormous needle, its gleaming surface catching the sun's rays and scattering them into a kaleidoscope of light. Interspersed around the station, vast helium-filled envelopes, hulking ring-shaped structures that ripple like chrome clouds, provide auxiliary lift, tethered to the core by a latticework of reinforced cables and struts. I had fun with this, if you can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's an airship.
I
Yeah.
can tell.
Well, it's a very, very large, like, needle-shaped.
You've been
Supported by helium.
Yes. Well, what else was it going to be supported by?
Hydrogen.
No! We
Hopes and
learned our
dreams.
lesson. Okay.
Well, but you can do nuclear fusion with hydrogen, so if you got like really desperate.
You can get helium out of nuclear fusion too, which is what they're doing.
Oh, well, I was saying that you can like use the hydrogen for nuclear fusion,
You can use the helium from nuclear fusion.
but you can use the you can use the hydrogen for.
It is flammable.
We'll
Anyway,
begin
back to
sketching
the
the
beautiful
Okay.
sketching Excelsior.
Yes. All right. Dwarfing these rings is the main envelope, a gigantic balloon nearly half the size of the rest of the station, holding Excelsior up like a puppeteer's careful hand, just at the top of this like skyscraper thing. The airborne city's upper decks bristle with antennae, solar arrays, and some of the biggest laser weaponry you have ever seen, ready to defend against threats that dare breach its airspace. Which, as you might note, does not include you right now. You are not being fired upon. Massive intake vents and exhaust ports hint at the nuclear fusion engines within, tirelessly generating power to keep this marvel afloat. From the ground, it is a gleaming monolith, a promise of humanity's ambition to conquer the skies, but up close, it hums with the tension of its precarious existence. Beneath the station's main structure, at the very bottom, the very atmosphere itself shifts like sand in a bottle. Etherian is active, effortlessly weaving the skies into whatever weather pattern it desires. Near the lower levels of the station, a single platform juts into the sky, landing lights indicating its presence and guiding your craft towards its haven. Surrounding the station, the helium balloons shift subtly, a reminder of the fragile equilibrium holding Excelsior aloft. To a first-time visitor, Excelsior is both a testament to human ingenuity and an ever-present harbinger of its limits, a vision that seems both glorious and unsettling in its magnitude. Welcome to Command Station Excelsior. Jane's gonna start the landing Yes.
Can I just say that I've been imagining a box in the sky, and this is so much cooler.
Yes.
I'm really excited about
I
this.
was rolling
Yeah, I was
with
just imagining like one of those like.
Well, as like we're going close,
chunky
we'll like nudges,
spaceship type
margin like
things.
points at the vents, like pointing out the like the nuclear things
Mhm.
as they've been working on that. Not necessarily just he seems excited.
It's big. It's probably about the size of the Empire State Building. It's giant. Yeah. Yep. And only 50 to 100 people on there, so there's some quiet halls up there. All right.
Spooky.
Love empty places. Let's go.
You would see there is someone on the landing dock. They look rather ant-like from this size, but with the proper landing batons. And you would see lights on this landing platform that is extendable out from Excelsior itself. Jane's going to do a check to see if she lands well.
Go,
I'm
Jane.
sure she will.
Go, Jane. You can do it. We believe in you.
Yeah, that's one success. That's what she needs. Yeah. So, after Jane expertly lands the boxbird on the extended platform of Excelsior, Barry's going to start lowering the ramp. Do you guys have any specific order that you'd like to walk out into? Epically? Slowly?
Wold's probably near the back.
Okay. Noted.
Maybe not in the very back, but like
Yep.
he's with someone who looks like they could deal with him, I guess.
Yeah.
Be his handler.
Yeah.
He needs to keep up appearances. Probably Frankie, I guess.
Okay.
Assuming Julian and Nick are probably near the front as other members of the government.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
The
And Martin.
government.
Come on.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's what I meant, is like
Right.
flanking Martin.
Yes. Yeah, and of course on the edges would be Barry and Alice. Power armor. All right. So, as the ramp is lowered, you see 5 figures. 4 are in some kind of power armor, bluish gray and dull. It looks lighter than most sets of power armor you've ever seen. Like most power armor you see is like, yeah, that's just a tank on legs. This is, well, lighter. Nearly every inch of it looks streamlined, with a few harsh edges. Fins are located on the heels of their powered boots and on the back of their helmets. Their goggles are wider than typical power armor viewfinders, giving the users increased visibility through rectangular slits. Most importantly, you see that each and every one of them is wearing a heavy, aggressive-looking device on their backs. Jetpacks.
Spencer is having the time.
Yes. This is some kind of Air Force aerial power armor.
Nice.
The final figure, flanked by the armored guards, is wearing a respirator, similar to the ones that minor retcon. Jane would have told you all, wear respirators. We were at 30,000 feet. So you all would be wearing respirators right now. Sorry about
All
that.
like in these beautiful suits and respirators.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really cool aesthetic, actually.
Yeah, we now look even better.
I look the same.
So this person is wearing a respirator, sunglasses with a mirror sheen on it, and a flight suit, much more close to a traditional jumpsuit than like the flight suits of the guards around her, power armor. She has short-cut hair and the insignia of a colonel on her nameplate, which reads Turk. A separate nameplate on her shoulder reads Split in cursive letters and quotation marks, indicating a nickname. She looks like a proper pilot through and through. Give me just a second. Do. So, Martin would lead the path over to this group, and you would see the Air Force colonel just standing there somewhat sternly. And as Martin is about to say, you could say, well, this woman is going to just say, so where's President Adlerman? Well, slight change of plans there. My name is Martin Purcell. Now the new president of the Enclave. According to the 25th Amendment, the presidential cabinet recognized that President Adlerman was incapable of leading. We asked her to step down. And she did, respectfully. Don't worry, we didn't just execute her or something like that. Would you mind if I knew who I am talking to? Colonel Turk, United States Air Force. I'm in command of this vessel. What's the problem with Adlerman? Truth be told, she's fine. But the cabinet decided on a policy change in regards to her direction. Adlerman was acting as president solely of the Enclave with little regard to the rest of the United States, for the people on the ground. Sorry, air's really thin up here.
Even with my respirator.
Yeah, respirator must be broken. Which, I'm sure as you've heard from her, the ground is a lot different than what you might expect, but it's still the good old US of A. And the Enclave wants to represent it all. Which is why I've brought some of my friends here with me. In order to give you an honest picture of the situation down there, what things are like. I know you've heard a lot from Adlerman, but I figured it would be better for you to hear from, oh crap, what's the idiom? The horse's mouth?
Straight from the horse's mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the horse's mouth. From the horse's mouth. He's the president. He took a course in classic American idioms.
Holds the horse.
How's it going?
I'm the horse. It's
I'm the horse.
corpse. It speaks.
Well, anyways, I wanted to give you an honest picture of the people that are down there. I'd like to introduce my team. First of all, we have Secretary of Science Nicholas Ortega over there. And Nick would just go, just like that weird slight military bow. He's here to get an accurate picture of the safety of this airship and its viability for the rest of our people down there. We have over there Agents Barry St. Jean. That's Agent Alice Curlew, here with the Secret Service. And of course, we have our Secretary of State, Julian Ortega, also an expert in science and an ambassador to the wasteland.
Good to meet you. You don't know how much our people have been looking forward to this.
Who exactly is our people?
The Enclave and the rest of them.
Is it normal that there are two Ortegas? Are you guys related?
Secretary of Science Ortega is my father.
Yes. But don't worry, we both earned our positions from merit, and I'd be happy to prove it. Fine. I'm sure things are complicated down there.
If you don't mind, I'd love to hear a little bit more about what things are like up here.
Oh, you'll get that. Don't worry, I'm going to take you all on the grand tour.
Has she introduced herself yet?
Yes.
Which person? Colonel Turk?
Turk.
Yep. Well, rest of you all, Wastelanders, which is what they call themselves. We didn't come up with that moniker. Why don't you introduce yourselves? And he looks to you first, Margie.
I'm Margie Shelton.
Turk's not commenting on any of this.
Tabitha Fisher.
Dr. Jerry Fletcher. This is my assistant here, Hennig. Hennig's got his own little respirator.
Yes, he does.
Aww.
Oh yeah. Wait, does Corncob have a respirator? Or
Yes.
probably
Yes.
two.
Yes.
Corncob is just in a balloon.
Wait. Isn't Corncrop Falcon, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever say Peregrine Falcon?
Yeah.
I believe they
Can
can
they
actually be
breathe like
built
that?
for be built.
I mean,
I'm building one in my basement right now out of spare parts.
No, they're built for high altitudes.
Yeah,
I
actually,
think they're
so Corncob might be
30,000
fine.
feet.
No.
'Cause they do
I-
fly,
Are
like,
we at
really high.
30,000 feet?
yes.
Because
It's a
people-
mutation.
people
Yeah.
can like survive for a short amount of time at 30,000 feet with no
Yes,
oxygen.
and I do believe I have read. I could get this wrong. It could be like only 10,000 feet that they're suitable at, but I do believe that Peregrine
I'm
Falcons
suitable
are
for
built.
10,000 feet.
What
They
the
can
heck?
fly. They
Without
can fly
issues.
up to about 16,000 feet.
Mutation.
That's
Okay.
pretty high, though.
I know.
That is pretty high. I
It's
mean,
crazy.
the average human is going to
That's why
definitely
it's
notice
two-headed.
that that's a thing.
Two-headed.
'Cause I
That
can
so means you
breathe.
double it. So really,
Double
it's 32,000
breathe.
feet.
Good enough for science.
I
Science.
understand now.
2 heads, 3 lungs.
Yeah.
The math on that works out to
For 125% efficiency.
The math on that makes it 31,000 feet at least.
Yeah.
They're good too, so we don't need to worry about it.
Dr. Fletcher. So, are you a medical doctor or some other kind?
I'm a number of kinds, primarily medical, but I've also done quite a bit of work in the field of biochemistry.
Okay. You really think you're going to be needed up here? Or do you think that things are going to go just fine and there's going to be no need for a medical doctor?
Oh, I'm primarily up here as a representative of, people down there.
Very well.
Marion Franklin, a jazz musician. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Now that we will need up here.
Truth be told, Adlerman didn't tell us that ghouls talk. She's
Well-
actually... Pleasure to meet you. And she actually gives out a hand for that. What's with Nanook of the North?
Well, goes to his full height. and
Was he
goes-
squatting?
He walks like
Oh,
this.
right. He hunched over. I'm just
He
wondering.
goes all the way
Pop
up,
squat.
and he gives a bow, as they do in all the old films that he has watched. He gives a bow and says, "I am Vanek, Chief of the Ice Wolves. A pleasure to meet you from the upper Canadian lands."
Roll a speech check. Charisma speech -1 because of the mask. Is that actually your name? Is there are you lying right now?
Sorry. He would say Wold.
Oh, okay, all right. I
There's
just
a
heard
reason-
Vanek, and I've never heard that name before in my
Sorry,
life,
there's
so
a
I
way.
thought it was a lie.
Yes. So it would be Wold Vanek, Chief of the Ice Wolves.
Okay,
of the-
no charisma check. I just
Okay.
thought you were lying.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I forgot to say Wold.
It's actually because he said he was Canadian.
Technically, it would be
Yeah, you're not
Wold,
Canadian.
the Chief of the Ice Wolves. of
You don't
the-
say A and sorry enough.
Chief. Huh, okay.
Vanek, Chief. Becoming Chief.
Good to meet you. At about this time, you would see the door at the back of this hangar just slide up, and you'd see the middle-aged blonde woman in a vault suit, in a respirator, just come power walking out towards you guys. Hey, you didn't tell me, you guys, that we're doing a little powwow with our welcome guests. And sorry, that's what I get for not keeping track of my notes.
Person you were
There it is.
excluding intentionally finds the party. Well, must have forgot to invite me.
I just gotta say, it's real special to meet you all. You're such a colorful group. I'm Susanna Russo. I'm the HR representative of Vault-Tec.
Oh.
Pleased to meet you. And she is going for handshakes on literally everyone. About halfway through, Turk is just going to say, cool it, Russo. We still have a lot to learn. I'm sure you all want a tour. And would prefer breathing some higher quality oxygen.
Rude.
Be good to see if we can actually survive up here.
Of course. Follow me. And as she turns around, you would hear another interruption. On a PA system, as a matter of fact. On PA system that is just attached to the walls. You would just hear a voice say, "The post-human. Measure him for radiation." Ah, forgot that was a thing. Turk is going to reach into a pocket and pull out a bona fide proper Geiger counter.
The Geiger counter in my hand. I'm gonna bump this.
Is it a microaggression to hold up a Geiger counter to a ghoul?
I mean, it makes sense. You know.
Oh no.
Oh, you'll excuse this. This is a first for us. We just want to make sure that none of our people are going to get exposed to any sort of radiation.
Is this to me specifically?
Yes, you
Oh,
are.
You're the
You are
only
the
person who's a
necrotic
ghoul
post-human.
That is
Ghoul.
notable.
That's all right. I understand.
She's going to turn the Geiger counter on.
While they're doing that, can Jerry just carefully turn his Geiger counter on and just move over to the rest of the group and see if he's picking anything up? Just to check and make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a intelligence science check or perception science check.
Critical success.
Okay. You would be able to tell there are mild amounts of radiation, coming from Margie and from Frankie. Yeah, that's it. Not from Wold.
Those ice bats. Just saying.
Turn his Geiger counter off.
Turk looks at her Geiger counter. Huh. And holds it closer to your bugle case.
You brought that? Wait, were we going to bring that?
You didn't say
We
you weren't.
didn't say we
bringing it.
weren't. So
I had been figuring we were going to still leave it in the bunker.
Wold steps up. I also.
No, wait, but why did we want to bring it?
could I have left it on the ship because I have no reason to walk it out
Yes.
immediately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll allow that. Okay.
That's cute.
Would you mind me if
a
I got
bomb.
that extra D20 back?
Oh yeah.
I used it
No,
with the
go for
implication
it.
of, you guys have the nuke with you, don't you?
I thought
So-
we were going to leave it in the vault, like our plan was.
No, that was
No
the
one
whole
mentioned
double
it.
nuked up comment.
But wait, that was okay. I thought that was a joke.
No, we have it with us.
Well, we have the other nuke
Shut
with
it.
us too.
Well, we do.
We have 2 nukes with us.
There's
Oh,
no
yeah, the
going
other
back
one.
now.
Okay.
We got a bunch of nukes.
Okay. Sucks to suck.
We
I
are
get
double nuked up.
I have the trumpet and the saxophone.
Okay. Well, Miss Shelton, you might want to get your suit of power armor investigated. Looks like you have a little bit of a radiation leak. And you can see she looks at the legs and just, what is that?
Thanks.
Wow. Well, I'll be. She takes off her sunglasses and is just looking right at the box bird. Huh. I didn't think they still flew these things. I can't believe you managed to maintain one for 200 years. Well
Thanks
done,
a
I
bit of a
guess.
strong word. I think you'll find that the Enclave is a little bit different than the rest of the wasteland.
Yeah, not everyone has a tactical air-to-air nuke on board their planes either.
Not intended for you. We've got other enemies.
Oh,
For you.
I wouldn't expect you guys to use anything like that on us anyway. Definitely would not work. And we're all on the same team, right?
Exactly.
All right. Follow me.
The Dodgers.
This is the colonel, not the HR representative.
Yes,
Right? Okay.
correct. This is not Russo.
What color is the HR representative wearing?
Blue.
Does she
Oh,
have
Yeah.
like a vault number or like any insignia?
Yes, the back of her suit says. Do.
1.
Donuts.
No, it's.
How did you guess my password?
No.
Julian's like, why did she have my password for everything written across her back?
Crap! I need to go change my password.
Give
It's
me
a security
just a
risk.
X14. So this is not a standard vault number. It was never actually commissioned as a vault. It was never activated. This was purely experimental. So hence the X.
But it is like a vault suit.
Proper vault suit. They are engineered for Vault-Tec employees as well. They're quite useful, and they've got a little bit of radiation lining built into them.
Nice.
I actually do believe if you upgrade it, it's one of the best suits of armor you can get in the role-playing game. You just have to really, really upgrade it.
Ain't no one got time for that.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
says to Margie, we need to get you a new pair of legs. Those are trash.
I mean, you do see the 4 guards are wearing rather nice-looking, brand spanking new power armor. Of a vintage that you're not, or a model that you're not sure of.
It really is like when you see someone and they've got like really like they've built their upper body and they've got all these beautiful muscles, and then their lower body they have like these little skinny legs, and you're just like, oh,
Oh, why
can
did it
work
stop?
on
yeah.
All right. So, similar to kind of the sequence that we just went through, I'm going to be giving a lot of description here as I'm trying to paint a picture of what Excelsior is actually like.
It's really fun.
If you guys do anything in the area that I'm describing that you are during the tour, just interrupt me. Just say, hey, I want to do this here, or I want to make a perception check, or
I'm
anything
gonna
like
take
that.
out the.
What?
I'm joking about taking out the power cord.
This is the reactor.
Oh. No.
Put in.
Cloud City starts tilting.
Yes.
Oh. Sorry.
All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After you leave the hangar, Colonel Turk and 4 of the armored guards would show you into a militarized section of the airship. Signs everywhere are labeled 8 Defense, most likely indicating what floor you're on. The hallways here remind you of pre-war bunkers, especially like the Enclave one. Quiet, reinforced, and extremely secured. Everyone, make a perception. Nope, not everyone. 3. 3 people make a perception check.
Perception survival.
Correct. Or speech.
Tabs would be good for this.
Difficulty is 2. 2. Anyone else get a 2?
Barely got
Just
nothing.
Frankie? You got a 2 or 1?
Barely got nothing.
Jerry?
Oh.
1 or 2?
3.
3. Get 1 point of momentum.
Let's say and then we had a scene change.
Yes, so -1. Sorry.
We're at 3 still. That's good.
All right.
We're holding our momentum.
You pass a room labeled Armory, where a lone armored guard stands watch. That's
Okay.
Turk.
If we need another hostage situation.
Do we have a gun to give
We
them?
all
though?
take note of that.
I mean, it is the
They
Armory.
can
So you
have
can...
mine.
Take my power armor.
As Turk passes, the guard salutes her, to which she gives a stiff but quick return salute. All the while, the colonel is explaining the Air Force's original purpose in supporting this project. Command Station Excelsior is meant to serve as 2 main roles. As the name suggests, the first is as an airborne control station, a mobile command center to manage the world's most extensive and expensive radar picket. Of course, the most valuable skies to watch are the American skies, but were we ever required, CSE would serve as a support unit anywhere in the world. She leads you to another reinforced door, this one labeled Laser Targeting. To your surprise, she scans an ID badge and presses her thumb against a sensor, indicating that she's chosen to actually show this room off to you. As the door opens, you see an intricate hub of computers, servers, and cables, all organized incredibly well. Jules, the cable management is on point. This room...
Hard eyes.
Yeah, exactly. This room consists of 4 main targeting computers, each displaying a radar feed from somewhere else on the ship, and views from the lasers themselves. While there are joysticks for manual targeting, you are all astounded to see the computers cycling through radar signatures on their own, the guns moving of their own accord to look at every single target. Each signature is identified by the computer system. Right now, the only signatures passing across the monitors are labeled bird, cloud, and meteor.
Can Wold, as he's looking at this, can he try and perceive if he knows if he knows how this is what's kind of running the moving around?
I'm interested in making the same check if you're okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. I will say no momentum for this one. Science check, intelligence, difficulty of 2.
Should we tell them about the Brotherhood?
Not yet.
We should.
We're fine.
But we should.
3 successes? Okay. No momentum, but
That's okay.
that's a success. And how many?
3.
3. Okay. Yeah. You would both know there's definitely some kind of computer that's doing this processing.
Mhm.
Something that's working in tandem with the radar to just look at every single radar signature to analyze its speed, its shape, pretty much everything about it, just to determine what is it.
Mhm.
And then, of course, if it's bird, cloud, or meteor or anything like that, it's harmless. Not to be engaged.
Are there turrets inside? Like defenses?
What'd you get on your perception check?
3.
Yes. Yes, there are. You see none of them are activated right now, but they are all in the ceiling. You see those cylinders that you've seen probably in quite a few bunkers before, ready to be deployed in case of an emergency.
And those are turrets to defend the room?
Yes,
Okay.
and hallways.
Oh.
They're kind of everywhere.
Okay. Good to know.
This is, in fact, defense.
I don't know how much Wold knows about technology, but would he feel like this is like a computer that's running a program, or is this more? He doesn't know about Pip. Would this be closer to like Pip, that it's like a robot that's running it, or is it like a computer? Like, I don't know if there's quite a. So it's more gray area.
Would it be an artificial intelligence or a program? Is that what you mean?
Yes. Would it be something like that, or would it be more like it's running like?
You can't tell it from here. There's just no way to be able to tell. It could be a program. It could be an AI. It could be literally anything.
This might be a later question, but I'd love to hear how all of this works. My
do you
background is
mean?
in programming, so I'd love to see the system that you're using for targeting. And
Well, truth be told, we don't have any software engineers on board this vessel, so I don't even know how they work.
well,
I know what they do, of course, and I know how to manage them.
all goes well here, I'd be happy to take a look and make sure everything's running smoothly.
Of course. You would see at each of these computers, I don't know if I mentioned this, there are technicians in the room that are looking at everything that is displayed by the computers, just in case there's one that's like, oh, that's a fishy signature, that they would be able to essentially scroll back to it and shoot it if they so desired.
So, does that mean that you haven't had anybody servicing the programming on this?
We have a what?
That nobody's been servicing the programming on this, that nobody's been making sure it's been holding up?
We have our technicians here, specialists. I'm just saying we don't have the people that built it. These fine gentlemen here are certainly able to make sure that any glitches in it are sorted through and caught. And I'm sure you could ask them questions later, but for now, I think I have more I need to show you.
Absolutely, this can be a later conversation.
All right. One thing you will see, as I mentioned, there are 4 monitors. Curiously, one of the monitors is turned off. During this time, the colonel espouses the laser array, stating that it can target any airborne target within a 1,000-mile radius. It was designed to shoot down any Chinese ICBMs on a trajectory toward the United States. As she mentions this, you see a twinge of sadness grow across her face. It's a shame we weren't a few months ahead of schedule. Maybe we could have stopped all this. She composes herself, returning to her practice speech. Well, Turk leads you all to the station's elevators after this room, unless you had any questions about it. Okay.
So there's a monitor that's off.
Yep.
Can I try and see is that turned off or is it not functioning?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception intelligence check. Wait, sorry. Those are 2 special sets. Perception, science. Don't forget your bonus on this one.
Yes. There'll be. Science is not as high as others, so that's just going to be 2 successes.
Okay. It looks like. I mean, all the cables are plugged into it. It looks like just the monitor has been turned off.
Okay. So, I don't know if I could tell if it was intentional or not. We can move on. I'll just note that.
I'm playing with him.
I'm sorry. Say that again?
I probably can't tell if it's intentional enough if it's off.
No.
Is there anything on the other 2?
That
Is
would require
just,
ESP.
Or is the other one just the different,
Oh, come on. That was my phone that time. That was not the
debris
dice.
and everything?
What's that?
The other 2 are just like the debris and things? Or what were on the other 2?
Yeah. A couple of them aren't showing any targets right now, but every once in a while you'll see them say, found one. No, it's a bird.
Okay.
Yep. They are seeing incredibly far. I mean, the fact that meteor is listed as an item, that...
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it really is. 1,000-mile radius, as I said.
I like the headcanon that meteors did come to just like that we're gonna crash down. And
1,000
things like-
miles, you said?
And they're like, what happened?
Target practice.
Target practice. Stopped. Things
They do that
are you-
every once in a while.
Are you tracking the airships that are moving towards Illinois?
I wasn't sure you knew about those. Yes, we are.
That's why we moved the meeting up.
I wondered if that was the case.
They're well, they're the sorts of people we'd be aiming that nuke at.
I figured as much. Well, right now they're not a threat to us. But trust me, if they ever try anything foolish, they'll be shot down in maybe a minute. I'd give them.
It's good to hear.
That's right. Now, any other questions on laser control?
Several later, but nothing that should hold up the door.
All right. So, she would take you to the elevator on this level to take you to another level. Who got, on the perception check at the very beginning, who got a 2 or above? 2, 1? Oh, no, you got a 2 or above. Yeah, 3. So, while Turk leads you to the station's elevators, you catch a glimpse of a hallway that she's not leading you down. At its end is another room under armed guard. This one, simply labeled at the top, Brig. Probably wouldn't be guarded if no one was in it.
I think it's your buddy.
My buddy?
Your buddy from the radio.
He was shot.
Well, yes, but
Well, he
sometimes
could have been shot
doesn't
like
mean dead.
non-lethally.
Others.
You have been
Okay.
shot a lot in this campaign.
Yeah, his sounded like
If
you shouldn't
if
be
he-
doing
if
that.
he was shot, would they put him in the brig? Well, actually, they might.
They might.
Better than storing him.
That's my
Good.
theory. That's
In
all
a,
I'm
Good.
in a
saying.
world where you can
No.
stim pack a bullet wound away, yeah,
I
probably.
guess, yeah.
I could be wrong. It's just my theory.
All right.
Also, I'm going to assume that Wold has like talked as we're going, and so he's getting like anything that's like maybe super sensitive he wouldn't know about, but like stuff like, oh, there was someone that we contact up here, and it's like, oh, okay,
Vigil.
just so he knows stuff.
Okay. So as you enter the elevator, you see all the different levels of Ethereum that you can actually go to. There is the same thumbprint and passcode scanner here. But, sorry, I'm just trying to scroll. I know I have the levels. There they are. All right, so you would see 10 levels. 1, bridge. 2, command quarters. 3, maintenance. 4, agriculture. 5, recreation. 6, vault tech quarters. 7, enlisted quarters. 8, where you are now, defense. 9, fusion reactor. 10, Ethereum.
None of them say bathroom.
No,
They're
none of them
all
say bathroom.
People up
Bathroom
here,
every
if you
floor
need to
has
use-
a bathroom.
every floor has that bathroom.
11.
Right.
if you need to use
It's
the
like a
restroom
subfloor
here,
somewhere, it's
you
like
go into
sanitation or
suspended
something.
animation.
Welcome to the bathroom floor.
We have nothing but bathroom down here.
I had a dream where I was in a liminal space that was like this horror dimension of just infinite bathroom. And so like it seamlessly bled into like shower areas and like toilet areas, and everything had like walls between the stalls that were just like uncomfortably a little shorter than you wanted them to be. But like it was
it was fine, but it was just like uncomfortable amounts of bathroom. So it was like a city of bathroom.
I'm gonna steal that idea.
It was
Welcome to
terrifying.
Cold Front, where we drop literally everything.
We're gonna call
on
this
the
episode
floor.
Operation Pin Drop.
Anyway, that's what I was imagining an entire floor of this place to be.
Welcome to the
Bathroom.
bathroom floor.
Okay, so
Just people everywhere, and you're like,
so
Where's
one
the party
bridge,
floor?
Bridge.
bridge,
Yeah.
2 control room.
No.
No, 2 is
Command quarters.
Command-
1 is bridge, 2 is command quarters, 3 maintenance, 4 agriculture, 5 recreation, 6 Vault-Tec quarters, 7 enlisted quarters, 8 defense, 9 fusion reactor, 10 Ethereum.
Eat food.
okay.
All
I
right.
don't want to see it.
Me too.
So you would see Susanna where did Wallace come from? Susanna Russo, the HR representative, is going to be following you guys throughout the tour. You can see that Turk is mildly annoyed that she is, but she's refusing to acknowledge her. All right. Turk would hit 1 bridge. So, as you all are entering this vast space, I want 3 of you at most to make a difficulty of 3 perception check with science, survival, or speech.
I will take one of them. The
Oh,
survivor.
sorry.
Yes, you may use the corniest of cobs.
I will.
Science might actually. What's everyone else's score on this? Because mine would be a 15.
Mine would be 15 as well, and we've
Mine
got
would be lower
action
than
points
that.
too.
Mine would be a 12 with a tag,
Mine would
and
be 9.
and I could use Hennig.
You could take mine. My place.
Thank you.
Doesn't corn cob lower my difficulty by 1?
Yes, sure does.
All right. So in that case, I got
Tab should always do.
I got
Yeah.
2 successes, so -1 difficulty.
Okay. Using different particular skills will possibly yield different information. So survival might get something different than science.
Using speech, Jerry
Yes.
gets 4 -1 difficulty.
-1. Okay, get 2 action points then.
I should have thought of those before I rolled. Before I rolled, not after, however.
Thought of what?
Should have thought of them. The action
Those.
points.
Oh.
Man,
I
it's,
forgot about
it's
them until
almost
after.
like I mentioned it.
Oh, you didn't.
You
take
did?
I did.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I would have.
I will
It's
only
okay.
allow
Wisdom.
one
It's okay.
person per joint check to generate action points anyways.
That-
Which you
Okay.
can always
That
just
looks
shoot the
still
person who
pretty
rolled the
good.
highest.
Yeah, I'm not
That's a
sure
little
why you
frustrating.
re-rolled
All right.
that.
2.
2. Survival success and science success or speech? Speech.
Speech.
Yeah. Okay. After the elevator opens, you face a much more open area than you've seen in this ship so far. Similar to the targeting hub, this area is filled with computers, each arrayed in rows like an orchestra. Unlike the targeting hub, however, each of these computers has an active specialist behind them. They look focused, each with a set task to monitor. Colonel Turk describes everything that is monitored here in the bridge. Barometric pressure, helium levels in both the auxiliary balloons and the main envelope, the main radar array, weather, the 4 nuclear-powered gyro thrusters which keep Excelsior in its position and slow its descent in an event of emergency, radio communications, pressurization of every level of the station, oxygen levels, and even radiation levels from both the reactor and the sun itself. A large tactical map sits at the center of the room. It is a holographic map. They do exist in Fallout. What would once portray the location of friendly and enemy units now lies blank, although there is a single digital pin labeled Enclave in Chicago. Seeing you focus on the map, Colonel Turk picks up the digital pen, like the Tony Stark, Jarvis Enhance, okay, and places it down on Sawyer Air Force Base. Can't have an inaccurate map, can we?
That's to keep information updated.
That's right. After doing so, an orderly walks up to Turk, calling her name. Colonel, Mr. Solomon would like to speak with you. She looks down at the map again. You don't need to remind me, I figured. She turns around to face the rest of you all and looks at the Vault-Tec representative, Mrs. Russo. Mrs. Russo, why don't you show our guests your vault? I'm sure they'd like to see their living quarters after all, and you're so very proud of it. Do you have any final questions about this space here?
No, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing the. What did she say it was?
The vault, of course.
Oh, the vault.
Dr. Fletcher is actually from a vault himself.
Is that so? Wait, which one?
Jerry would remember.
Jerry's like, it's on the wiki.
Yep.
55? 53. My money's on 53.
53, 53. Do we have any others?
thought there was a 7 in
54,
there.
Any more?
57. Oh,
57?
no, that's it.
Yeah.
57.
Well,
Okay.
57.
Oh, you
oh, yeah, that's in Indiana, right? Not too far from here. You're just a local Indianan, I suppose. Sorry, a Hoosier. Well, it's good to see someone from Vault-Tec. Well, someone from a vault, that is. It's good to hear that our mission, succeeded in saving people's lives.
Sure. Let's go see the vault.
Okay.
Colonel Clark, I think we'd be interested in talking more about the history of Excelsior a little bit later, if you've got time after the rest of the tour.
I don't see why not. I can keep
Logistics,
Solomon waiting. What questions do you have?
I'm just interested in exactly when you all woke up.
3 months ago.
And what has that process been like since then? Figuring out the station again and all. I mean,
We knew the station through and through. What was there to figure out?
all right, fair enough. I suppose most systems will experience some degradation after as long as that.
Not Excelsior. It was left in good hands while we were asleep.
How do you mean?
Automated systems. The Zax supercomputer we have on board.
Any intelligence behind that?
Intelligence? You mean AI?
Right, yeah.
Not that I would know. That's Poseidon's domain.
Something of an interest of mine. Never mind.
Can Jerry kind of hang back with Frankie and just have a quick conversation?
Yeah, roll a... This is gonna be a charisma stealth check to
Would I
have
be
this
rolling
conversation
this too?
quietly. One of you can lead, one of you can assist.
I have a 6 in sneak.
This is contested.
You should lead.
Okay.
Once they're done with that, I'd love to finish the conversation with her.
Yeah,
Reroll 'cause
absolutely.
it's charisma.
I will also need to honor that perception check from you all. It might affect... Actually,
Should I keep you?
Hold on.
I forgot to use them now.
I'm going to respect this right now because it might add some information.
Oh.
So, those of you that succeeded on the check would see that although many of the specialists appear focused, yet unconcerned about their monitors, a few stations have more than one people behind them. I guess with survival and speech, you would be able to tell that a couple stations have, one, more people behind them, two, people looking a little, let's say slightly frantic. Not out of control, but like...
Concerned.
Yes, absolutely. These stations are for radar monitoring and radio communication. Both stations have airmen writing things down based off of what they're seeing or hearing on their systems. If you want a closer look, you'd need to break from the group visibly, and you would probably be noticed by the guards. They are a distance away, but you still notice that that's going on.
What'd you get?
Well, I can reroll 1, and
You
I'd
can
like
reroll,
to.
yeah.
Okay, that's 3 from me.
Nothing from Jerry.
So 3.
Contested. Okay. What are you saying?
Listen, Frankie, if they just woke up, I don't know if they realized what their vault experiment was, and I don't know if any of their leadership is in on the experiment.
Isn't this whole place like an experiment?
There's always more to it than meets the eye. Just keep an eye out.
For what exactly?
With Vault-Tec, it could be anything.
Can I start counting people to get a estimate of what the ratio would be between maintenance staff, people who are actively doing radar and defense and things like that, versus just the living population? Like the people who are just. Is there anyone who's just living here, basically?
Not that you have seen yet.
Everyone's like active duty working on something.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
haven't-
Can I keep a head count of that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's about 15 people in this room right now. Technicians, that is.
So we want to watch out for his leadership and scientists.
All right.
Someone to record data.
Your conversation with Turk?
Oh, I don't want to cut them off if they're still finishing.
Oh, yeah. Any more?
No, that's it for now.
Okay.
Well, the other question then is exactly how much you know about what's been going on down on the ground.
Well, it sounds like things certainly aren't what they're supposed to be, right?
Not what you imagine, no.
Well, I guess we were imagining things 200 years too late, I guess.
You'll find a lot of common ground among my people, among the Enclave, with that kind of thinking.
My people. Are you old or something?
I meant them more in an allegiance kind of a sense.
What do you mean?
I mean, the Enclave is the organized government of the United States, but we've also been separate, like you have, for most of our existence. Like President Purcell told you, it's only been recent that we've been branching out a little bit more.
Well,
I think you'll find that 200 years old kind of thinking a little bit common among us, too.
sounds like it. Sounds like you all are just trying to keep it going. I'm a little surprised that culture hasn't shifted too much in the last 200 years. Well,
Well,
your
maybe
radio
in some
stations
ways.
are still broadcasting the same bebop that we were used to.
BB ball?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh man, I love Tank. Turk loves Tank. Never mind.
Jules, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've got a question for the Colonel, if you don't mind.
not at all.
I'm just curious what former President Adlerman told you about the surface.
Well,
Obviously, sounds like she got a couple of things wrong.
oh, she really undersold it. Well, definitely tried to portray it as some waste bin that they've been desperately trying to put reins on for the last 200 years. Don't really know what went into those reining in efforts, but obviously it wasn't much of a success. Well, she told me that ghouls were mindless threats to humanity as we know it. That they are both unintelligent and also the greatest threat mankind has faced since the end of the war. Same with super mutants, which you're not one of those, right? They're supposed to be big.
No, those are big, green, I think, and generally angry.
Well, you all seem to have your anger in control. Good. No super mutants here, whatever that means. Anyways. Well, she's mostly said that it's out of control, that there's more development in the last 50 years in the Midwest of different factions. Sounds like people devolving into cults and raider gangs and band uniforms for some reason.
It's the Ohio State Militia.
The pieces people remember and the pieces people forget are surprising sometimes.
All right. Well, do you have any other questions for me while I'm here?
Nothing pressing.
I think this isn't so much a thing, but I think when earlier there was the mention of like, I'm glad that our vaults went well. Wolf kind of watches Jerry a little bit and then just kind of walks like just a little next to him, more in like a silent like acknowledgement of like, not quite what I've heard. So, but doesn't really say anything. Just kind of there.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Russo, are you ready to take these people down to the vault? Absolutely. It's about time I actually give the tour that I prepped and all. Follow me. She sounds too Pip-like. I need to change that.
Well, never mind.
Okay.
I think it's just the peppiness.
Yeah.
Yes, she is very peppy.
Peppy
Peppy Spencer
Peppy
just
Pip.
sounds like.
Yeah, gotta put more Midwest in there. She is from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Anyways,
come on,
are
check
you all
out the
doing any?
Monty.
No. Are you going to the elevator? No other business in the bridge?
No more.
Yeah, Jerry just wants to keep an eye out and see if he notices like any different, like if there's any people that look like there's a difference between people who are test subjects and maybe someone who's recording data, or who is looks like they're scientists recording behavior or something, or
Yeah.
he's mainly on leadership and scientist people.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a quick perception check.
Would I be shot if I walked over to the radar guys and asked them what was going on?
You could try and pull it. I think I'd let you do just a little bit of a. If you wanted to just quietly slip out, that would be agility and stealth. But if you want to ask them, just to kind of confidently pretend that you missed the message of don't leave the tour group, and just I'm gonna go ask. Just to convey innocence, that would be like a charisma speech.
Social.
Okay, that's
social
the
social control.
Yeah.
agility sneak would be higher, so I think I might try that.
Okay, you're gonna sneak. I will say consequences are higher for that one.
Okay.
I
Then I
you
think
use
I'd
those.
rather feign innocence. Here's the thing. We have 5. Do we want to use?
Use a few if you want. I think understanding what the threat is probably important.
I think 3 could be good.
You're going to the radar station?
Yeah, the ones that with like multiple people
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
what they were
Yep.
concerned about.
Okay.
So
Charisma.
charisma speech.
Difficulty of 2. 3. Final answer.
6.
Okay, 3. 3 points back.
Boom.
All right. You very nonchalantly, confidence in your step, just walk over to the radar station. You're just interested in seeing what they're working on. They seem so engrossed they don't even notice you walking right up. What do you want to say?
Hey, so I couldn't help but notice, looked like something interesting was going on over here. I just wanted to see if you guys were open to chit chat.
You see both these young airmen just looking straight at the screen. Yeah, it's a Brotherhood airship that we're looking at. I don't think I've seen a radar signature like this in my life. I mean, look at it. It's like the size of a whale. Whoa! He turns around.
Do I have something on my face?
More like something you don't have on your face.
Where's the scan?
Is that the Pridwin or is that the other one?
I
know the
They
name.
have names? It's hard to identify based off of a radar signature.
Is
It's
this
just a blob
is this
on
the one?
screen.
Is this? Can I tell if it's coming from Illinois or from?
Yeah, you could see a bearing on it. It is coming from Michigan.
So this is the Pridwin.
No, this is the Tinnagal.
This is the Tinnagal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was told that one's called the Tintago.
They have names. What does Tinnagal mean?
Oh, I don't know. Do I look like Brotherhood material?
I don't know what that means.
I don't work with the Brotherhood. If I knew what that name meant, I'd tell you.
Okay.
What's
sir?
What are your names? I'm sorry.
It's Johnson and that's Langley.
Johnson Langley. Nice to meet you.
Radar technicians.
Marion Franklin, jazz musician.
You see Johnson's like, yeah. He reaches out and shakes his head. Langley's like, what are you doing?
Sorry,
you should
I-
probably get back to the tour.
Yeah, I was just looked like something interesting was going on. Pardon the intrusion.
The other guy's like,
Of course.
And I'm
All right.
Back to the tour.
Okay.
Go Frankie.
Back to the little factory tour. All right, you guys ready for Vault Tour?
Vault
Yeah.
tour.
What do you mean, yeah?
This is gonna be the HR tour.
Yes.
Which
It is the
means
HR
we
tour.
can accidentally lock her in a room and just.
wait, guys, hold the Vader. I had to find the little ghoul's room. What?
The 4 guards in power armor. Huh?
Everything all right, Frankie?
Oh yeah, no, everything's just peachy.
All right.
It's the
So-
color of this yarn, peach.
Compared to the somewhat monotone, statistically themed tour from Turk, Russo's speech has a lot more corporate energy to it.
Uh-oh.
You can tell she's
just
a
tipped
true
over.
believer in Vault X14, not just a corporate peon just here for a paycheck. She starts your tour with, on floor 6, Vault Tech quarters. Just because we're in a vault doesn't mean that we have to live in a barracks. Every resident of Vault X14 receives their own room, give or take a few apartments for family units. Here, you'll have the perfect mix of privacy and common areas. She shows off a model room branded in Vault-Tec blue in practically every inch of the room, from the furniture to the wallpaper to the blankets to the kitchenware. Although it's a little gaudy, it is impeccably clean. And over here is just right what saved us in the end, as she points to a much more utilitarian room labeled cryogenics. Here you see row after row of cryogenic pods. We have 200 of these things over here, she says, tersely, frowning.
How many people survived the sleep?
This is
They
a really
saved us
good-
in the end.
This is a really good blue.
Were they
Are
all,
the
were they all full?
Let's just continue the tour.
Is
Go
the door-
ahead and roll.
Is the door open?
Vibe check.
You would see there's a window. The door is locked right now.
It's like,
You are
how
still
many
going
enemies
with
do
the
you have at this
guards,
location?
but
We take our safety
there is a
very
perception
seriously.
check. Go ahead and roll either a perception speech, a perception science, perception survival. That's it.
I'm gonna go science this time.
Okay. Difficulty 2 for the speech one. Actually, 2 for all of them.
Is Tabs perceiving anything?
I
or-
can handle the speech one.
Yeah, when I rolled the perception
Use-
check, did I
use
get
one of these.
anything?
Only
forgot
one
to
person may generate momentum on this check.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we making?
Are the
perception
rest of us
checks?
still able
Yeah,
to make it
perception
though?
check.
What's that?
Or is everyone still able to make
Four.
it though?
No, only one person can because they're doing
Am I
3
using-
checks
Yeah,
for
I use
what is
one.
essentially one check. So I'm not going to
Okay, I
allow
see.
them to farm the use of multi-checks like this.
See, perception plus survival.
So whoever rolls the highest, we'll say that
Oh no
person
no no no!
generates.
I know. What I'm saying is can
Three people can make
yeah,
checks.
that's what I was asking.
What?
Okay.
Not about momentum.
Oh yeah yeah.
3
Yep.
successes.
3 successes.
To perception and survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just 1 success.
Speech. I'm gonna use
Can-
one point.
It's just 3.
No. Can I resend him saying this is a nice blue?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not a
Retcon.
nice blue.
It's not nice.
It's not
It's
nice.
too bright.
He says it's a nice
I
color.
don't actually even
Oh,
like
It's a
it.
nice color.
Oh, you don't know blue.
I think I want to use another luck
Yes.
point. But I'm not gonna
Dude.
use it.
Fair,
He doesn't know this is
actually.
blue.
Your tribe has like
That's 2.
old world knowledge, and you don't know what blue
At the
is.
same
He-
time, a lot
Okay.
of cultures
Yes.
don't have names for every color, and blue is
He
not.
has English books.
Sure,
You get it.
but
And
if
French
you,
books.
if you don't commonly use the
maybe
word.
he knows blue, but he just will say color.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So who got 2 or above?
She got 3.
Was that speech and survival?
Speech, yeah.
Okay. Frankie, obviously she's hiding something. Something happened here. Obviously you can see grief in her eyes. Tabs, though Russo isn't taking you really into the room, you look to its edges. Hundreds of feet away, you see a break in the pattern of the empty blue pods. A dozen of them are occupied.
Jailbreak. I don't know who's in there, but I want to see him out of there.
Of course you do.
Spicy.
Of course. I think you're working that later. All right.
All right, next, Russo takes you up an extravagant flight of stairs to the next level. Not every level is only accessible via the elevator. A couple of them are joined by staircases. Let's see, Vault-Tec quarters, recreation, and agriculture are all joined by stairs.
Which ones were joined by stairs?
Vault-Tec, recreation, and agriculture.
Okay.
She takes you to the next level, labeled 5, recreation. Here you can see her inner marketer absolutely light up. Okay, all right. Here
Don't worry about it.
Here she says, and here you'll find my favorite part of Excelsior Station, recreation. Run laps around our quarter-mile track. Watch a movie in our great room.
You have a theater.
Oh, of course we do. Or, of course, grab a drink at our elegant cocktail bar, the Gausslighter. I didn't come up with the name.
Can I ask how many films you have?
Right now, we only have Alltech promotional material, unfortunately. But some of them are quite funny.
Well,
Well, yeah,
I would be absolutely love to watch some of those.
Wonderful.
If we could get a
Yeah.
private viewing.
Maybe once
ourselves.
the rest of you all get up, we can have a great big movie night.
Well, you know what? The Enclave
He's like,
actually
"I
has
will
archives
roll
of some
strap."
materials from before the war. We could maybe even provide you with some movies.
You kept stuff.
That's
in- nice.
What's in the Gauss drink?
The Gausslighter? Oh no, that's the cocktail bar. That's the name of the bar.
Oh,
It's got a bartender and everything. You would actually, you would probably pass it. She's showing you around. It is very modern looking cocktail bar with, in the style of bars that have guns framed on walls, there is a Gauss cannon just framed above the bar.
oh,
And you would see Mr. Handy behind the bar itself, just shaking a cocktail shaker. There is nothing in it.
What is a Gauss gun?
A Gauss cannon.
Like a very simple. I can look it up later.
Yeah, it is. Think of it like halfway between like a laser and a gun.
Yeah.
It uses high-powered electromagnets to launch a projectile out at much faster than bullet speeds, essentially. So it's gun, but it shoots faster using magnets.
Nice.
It's a
really
really
cool.
it's a railgun.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
It's a railgun.
Alright.
Yep.
Spence, we
Coil
got
gun. What's
Bailey
that?
pickup coming in about 15, by the way.
Okay, good to know. All right.
Not the baby.
we're gonna have to say goodbye.
And of course, how could you forget? We have an Olympic-sized pool.
What's an Olympic?
What's a size
Oh, the
pool? Like, is it like
What?
They were
It's like in a cave?
they were competitions that were held hundreds of years ago.
Right.
With giant pools.
It-
Athletic competitions.
Maybe it just means really big. Let me show you.
Is it like the lakes?
It's. Oh wow, you guys don't have pools down there. Yeah, it's like a big man-made lake that's clean and won't give you leeches.
Oh, that's great.
What's a leak?
Or swamp gas.
Even better.
It's a lit. I'll explain it later.
Okay.
You know, the average pool has about 9 to 13 gallons of urine in it.
But how many
Not this.
leeches? How many leeches does
I don't
it
go in
have?
public schools.
I could put 9 to 13 gallons of
You've
leeches in
never
a
seen a
public
pool?
pool.
All right.
Have that
Okay.
statistic?
Back to the tour. Anyway, the
I read
Olympic-sized
the old books.
pool is in fact the largest
Consider
airborne
the size
pool
of
in the
Consider
world.
the size of the pool.
You're not sure if there are any other airborne pools.
Is this the only airborne pool in the world?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I imagine. I mean, it would have to be. It's in the speech.
Does it? How do you get the dirt and everything? The
The dirt? There is no dirt. It's tile.
oh,
It's very clean. You should take a dip. Maybe not now. Maybe later.
I don't think it with the armor.
Oh, I wouldn't suggest wearing power armor in a pool. Ooh, that sounds like a good slogan. Power armor in a pool.
Wait a second. You've all seen a pool before.
Have
Yeah,
we?
it was at
There
the.
was
You
a
mean the
pool
bar?
in Xanadu.
No, that one was empty.
No,
No,
that was full.
that was in Columbus.
Right. No,
We're talking
so
about,
no, it
are
was
we
a
talking
Xanadu
about
pool.
the piss? There was a pool in Xanadu.
I
Where
fully
Bedges
don't
was
remember that.
chilling by the poolside. Yeah,
Oh,
you've seen
that's
it
great.
before.
Yeah.
There was a pool there. Yeah.
Not everyone was there.
Everyone but Frankie and Jerry were.
Yep. You have seen a pool.
Is that true?
Yeah.
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 All right. Anyways.
This is just a big one.
Okay.
Olympic sized.
Olympics, is that another Greek thing?
Yes, it is. It is
Long
the
story.
big mountain that the gods
Long
lived on.
story.
Well,
How do you know
After
that?
it became an athletic competition.
All right.
I just
Okay.
assume everything I don't
Perception
understand.
survival
It's in
check.
our-
Difficulty of
it's in our
4.
myths.
What?
3 people can make. Let's say 2 this time. Perception check. Difficulty
And
of
it
4.
has to be survival.
Has to
check.
be
Should
survival
I,
this time.
Use an action point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do.
Who has?
We are
who has-
nearing the end of the session after all.
Who has
Use
Actually,
them or
I'm
lose
gonna
them.
use
I have a
two.
tagged 5.
Oh,
I have
you're
tag.
better than
I have tag 6.
You tagged 6.
I have
What's your
tag
perception?
6 and 9
Mine's 8 too,
perception,
go ahead.
So definitely me. Plus minus 1 in difficulty. Critical success! Critical success! That's
Yeah, yeah,
not.
That's
And
That's one action point back so far.
so critical 5.
5 minus 1 difficulty. So that is plus 2
I
action points
see
back.
everything.
One.
Okay. Tabitha,
Nice.
I rolled
Yeah.
just above my threshold.
you would
I hate
see behind the bar, you catch a glimpse of a
Wait, do I
room.
get 2?
Your first thought, Tabitha?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, sorry. What did I see?
She got momentum.
Yeah, okay.
Or
Momentum.
caps.
You catch a glimpse of a room behind the bar. Your first thought is that it's just a pantry, but in
Okay.
faint letters you can see written behind a stocked shelf, Crash Survival Chamber.
Oh.
That's fascinating.
That's useful to know.
Yeah. She then leads you up another flight of stairs to 4, Agriculture. You're astonished with how fresh it actually smells up here, like a greenhouse. Quickly you realize that that's exactly what it is. Though the 200 years of cryostasis killed whatever plants had been growing before, it looks like that in the last month or so, they've planted new crops, and they've grown at a rapid pace. You see plants grown to maintain as nutritious a diet as possible. Potatoes, soybeans, peanuts, avocados, tomatoes, oranges, mint, spinach, rice,
Beans,
garlic,
greens,
wheat,
tomatoes,
and to your surprise, coffee beans.
And potatoes.
Yes. Potatoes, not potatoes.
Nice.
Beside the gardens in a massive is a massive dining hall and kitchen. Unlike the rest of Vault X14, it appears as though this location is built for all the residents of Excelsior. You see logos of not just Vault-Tec, but also Poseidon Energy and the Air Force. The largest logo is the Seal of Excelsior, which depicts a tower-like chess piece, or like a chess piece, floating in the clouds. A lightning bolt emanates from the bottom of the tower. Around it are written the words Operation Pin Drop, United States Air Force, Poseidon Energy, Vault-Tec. A banner hangs from the battlements of the tower, reading in bold lettering, Excelsior.
Has there been anyone else we have seen on this tour?
No,
Like no one lives here?
not. You have just seen Russo.
Like, did we see inside the living quarters?
You walked through the living quarters. If you watched the Fallout TV show, those like little like mock avenues, you would see windows into homes, and none of you saw anyone there.
No
Is
people, no
there-
signs of people?
They're all working.
Do we see any workers in the fields as we're going through, or is it not
None.
even?
Not in the Vault-Tec quarters.
Okay.
Don't forget, this was a prototype vault. So it wasn't like, okay, we're admitting people quite yet. You're welcome to ask Russo about any history of Vault X14 or anything like that. I know she's being a little,
Cagey.
let's keep on the tour. But,
Don't
That's
look at the
okay.
maybe dead people
She's just
over
trying
there.
to keep to her speech and doesn't want to.
yeah.
We can see what we can see and then talk with someone who will give us answers later.
Interesting. Okay. Noted.
Well, that was the tour of the Vault-Tec areas. Do you have any questions?
I do actually. I was just wondering, has no one awoken in the last couple 100 years, or 3 months ago? Were you the first ones to wake up?
Yes, we were the first to wake up.
How do you know?
Because we have access to all the pods.
So how did you wake up? Was it?
Well, I
Did
mean,
the
there was a
computers-
warm sensation, and just like every other time I wake up.
Well, I'm asking, did the computers decide to wake you up, or was there
Yeah,
some person?
that's right. The computer had a little glitch. It was supposed to wake us up after 20 years, but it added a 0.
So probably not run by intelligence then.
Technically, it also added around 15 years. I don't know how that one happened.
That's odd and specific.
Something about solar radiation. Sometimes it can just add 17 or something. I don't know. You're going to have to ask the Air Force about that one.
Kind of like it alters DNA.
What? Oh, yeah. Just like a mutation.
Who's the overseer?
Well, I suppose that would be me now. And I am so excited to have you all as residents. This is wonderful.
Are there any other residents that were in the pods?
Roll a quick persuasion check. Difficulty of 3.
Time to lady kill this person.
Lady killer.
This will not apply.
And
Lady Killer will not apply to her.
Is she gay?
No,
she's a robot.
Worse, she's a missus.
Oh no! Where's her husband?
We'll find out.
He's in the pods.
Oh no!
I'll let you use Lady Killer.
Maybe he's in the brig.
We need to figure
Okay.
out a way to like
Is
justify
Vigil
Lady
Mr.
Killer to not
Russo?
just be
Would it be
attractive.
awkward to ask if he's still here?
Does she have a wedding ring?
Should I say that? For
She is wearing
Colonel?
her wedding ring. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was cocked.
So like,
Sorry,
they at
just-
least parted amicably, or he died.
Yes, I feel
He
like
definitely died or something.
I don't know. Maybe we'll
5
figure out
successes.
5? Okay, get 2 action points back.
I was the only Vault Tech employee to survive. Our cryogenics failed for our department.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, keep calm and carry on, right? That's what we
We got
have to
people
do.
living. That's what matters.
Yeah.
You lose anyone personal in the vault?
Well,
Doctor, she doesn't have to talk about that if she doesn't want to.
Oh, she doesn't. I'm just. You have my condolences. I just lost my brother a few days ago.
thank you. My whole family was down there. I mean, that's everyone else's case, but we gotta keep going.
Have you taken any time off? I mean, you're in HR. You would think that you could get bereavement.
I don't want time off. Not right now.
It's good to have a goal, task to work on.
Yes.
Yes.
At about this time, you would hear ding as the elevator would open. And you would see Colonel Turk again. She returns with 3 armed guards and a let's get down to business look on her face.
Well, it's good to see that you all are finished with your tour. I'm sure that Mrs. Russo was entertaining.
You've got some remarkable.
She's a
facilities
very,
here.
she's a very good tour guide. We enjoyed her company.
An excellent orator. Why did his voice? An excellent orator.
Sounds like you've got some sycophants there, Russo. Good job.
How much
pretty sick.
food does how many people can the food sustain in the farm?
Saving it for later, but adding another person to my list.
Of what?
Turk.
Of what?
Of people that Jerry
500.
has a beef with.
Oh, my
Well, once we get all the crops up and running. Right now, we're probably about able to sustain perhaps 150 people right now.
Will
with
there
the
be a
supplies on
problem
board.
with our added numbers?
Don't worry, Julian. We brought plenty of supplies ourselves.
So, I take it you all aren't just here to bring the Enclave back up to the station, are you?
That's the goal. If all goes well.
Well, there's more to it than just that. As you can see, I brought with me people to represent the wasteland, not just the Enclave. I'm not Adlerman. I don't want to live in a castle in the clouds and just live out my days on that. Frankly, I've lived in a bunker for far too long, and there has to be some goal in the end. Obviously, we've all agreed that an ice age is the best for the wasteland, but we need to work with the wasteland. We need to make sure that the loss of life is kept to an absolute minimum. And these people here are going to be on the ground, working with the ground, to make sure that that is the case. All right, everyone. If you want to pitch in to this check, this is the important Impress Excelsior check. If you would like to pitch in, you will have to say something in defense of the Midwest.
So because we're bad talking,
Yeah.
but I feel like narratively I want to do something. So maybe this wouldn't
Yeah,
be part of the
you
chat.
can say something and don't make a check.
Yeah, I think just Wolves would do. It's like, My people, thank you for the opportunity to speak and help in this matter. And he gives a bow. And that's simply it. Just showing respect and...
And that is the reason that I am here. And I'm here to show that we're not savages. I mean, the rest of them show that, but I'm here to show that there are people whose specific job down there is to care for the needy. And I think that is one of the prime functions of civilization. And it shows that civilization on the ground is not dead.
My family's had a farm for generations in the woods of West Virginia, or what used to be West Virginia, and I'd like to preserve that legacy. We lost the farm to some raiders about 12 years ago, but I'm hoping someday maybe we can continue on that, that family tradition of keeping a home, even if the world may be tough and might be a little rough around the edges. You can still find home anywhere. And I think that's why we ought to try to preserve what we can.
Sounds like the American dream.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. I forgot which character was speaking.
You just misgendered. Sorry. You just misgendered me. We're nuking the Midwest.
No, my Falcon's court.
Okay.
Pronouns are old person.
My mother always used to tell us that those who have the power to protect people have the responsibility to do so. And I think I speak for all of us here. We've got some pretty darn good ideas on how to do this in the most safe and effective way possible. Not just to keep people safe while this happens, but to create a better world for everyone downstairs.
I think my voice on this is a little bit different than the rest of theirs. They've all seen a lot more of it, grown up in it in a way that I haven't. But coming from the perspective that you have, coming from the perspective that loved the old world before we knew the new, I'd like to bring a piece of that back to the rest of them. They don't know they could have something better. So I'd like to show them. I think that'd be the greatest gift we could give any of them. And I think that people that have already had that in our lives are the best people to lead the way. I'd love to join with you in that. All of us would. These are good people.
Wow. Mr. President, looks like you brought a fair amount of talkers here. All right. Here's the thing. There are going to be 2 separate checks. One will lead, one will assist. If you want, you can repeat the 2 people that are on that check for the second. This is essentially, I'm just making a little bit more variability since this is a really important check. So instead of 1 to 5, it's 1 to 10. Whoa, who's leading?
Oh, I dropped a dice.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I was doing this and I dropped it.
I will not tell you the difficulty.
Have you used your formal hat yet?
No.
And
like-
we have some
I've used
momentum.
luck, but I haven't used the suit.
Remember,
And I still have like 3 luck points, so.
Okay.
and remember we have momentum too.
Yeah, I think
This is the last time you can use it this session.
This is all the
Yeah.
marbles, so I say
So-
we use these.
Cumulative total will matter.
Is
So-
it 2 people heading the check? Is that how this
No.
works?
1 person heads, 1 person assists.
Okay.
Twice.
One person assists twice?
No. There are 2 checks, and
Oh.
in each check, 1 person leads, 1 person assists.
And you can repeat the people that
You
make it.
you have a higher charisma, right?
I have a
But they
10
will
in
pick us, so
charisma
I'm
and
gonna
a
go
6
take care
in
of her
speech.
while they figure this
And
out.
Lady Killer.
Okay.
And Lady Killer.
So I think
Will
I
Lady Killer work on the Colonel?
I'm sorry, this one's too important. This one isn't
Fair
on
enough.
Colonel.
Fair
This is
enough.
on all of Excelsior, which is predominantly
I mean, you
masculine.
still have a higher charisma than I do. Mine's a
Yeah.
7.
I do have Smooth Talker as well. Is it an opposed
do
test?
too.
No?
Oh, never mind.
I still think it'd be better for you to run it, and I can assist.
Okay.
Charisma speech.
Hmm?
I guess I'll use, or we'll save the other one for the second one.
Yeah.
That's cocked. Okay. What's the difficulty?
I cannot tell you that.
Okay. So I'm going to use the hats to re-roll one of these.
What are you sitting at?
The fate of the Midwest is on
Okay.
the line, and you're putting your faith in a hat.
I got 4 successes.
4. I've got an additional 1, so that's 5.
5 successes on the first one. Okay. Do it again.
Okay, Nelson, calm down.
Nelson is dead. Or worse, he's in California.
I'm gonna use
I'm sorry, that was
the
that was too soon.
suit to re-roll this
That's not
one.
what I'm referring to.
He's on the farm.
Oh,
And then I'll
I
use
didn't know
luck
that.
to re-roll it.
We're on that little
Shoot.
farm in the sky.
I guess it is a farm.
Oh, we're out in the farm field. Yes.
Oh,
So when we're out in the farm fields, though, we can definitely say we're on the farm.
four
up
for
in
me.
the sky.
4 successes for you.
where's Julian? Oh,
Wait,
she
were you
went to
leading
that
the check?
farm in the
No,
sky.
you were. Okay. Jerry got 3.
4.
Gosh dang.
Kind of burned through my suit and
Not a
luck,
smooth
but-
skin, but is a smooth talker.
No.
There is indeed a very long silence.
They're like, wow, that ghoul is hot.
He's single. Asking for a friend.
Never seen a ghoul before. Turns out I'm into that.
Never mind. It's all out the window because of that comment. No.
That was above table.
I know. I'd like to think that this is Margie muttering in her mask, but no one else can hear it
Yeah.
except her.
She's
Same
like,
thing with the faceless comment. She's just nobody can hear it because of the mask. She's like, faceless. Cool as hot.
yeah.
Huh? I didn't say anything.
Everyone's like, are you muttering? She's
All
like,
right.
No.
Okay.
Done.
After a long period of silence, Colonel Turk just says, Mr. President, it sounds like things have changed. But it would be my honor to work with you again. And that is where we will end session for tonight. Congratulations. The maximum amount of successes I imagined for this test was 10. You all got
12, I think.
12?
Right?
Dang,
Bravo.
guys.
We will see you all.
So we get 2 momentum.
All right. We will see you all at next session. Have a good one.